Hey, good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to another uh, live recording of our podcast episode. Um, yun, solid nung Saturday. Sobra. We're with Sir paano na ito? Russell De La Cruz of Sky Church. Then, a day before that, that's KD Sunchild. And a day before that, we have Sir Chais Rodriguez of Moro Beats. So, wow, what a day, what a week. So, yun. Audio check. Can everybody hear me? Or meron ba tayong problema sa ating sounds? So, yun, for tonight, we'll be having, some guests from, actually, hindi guest eh. Okay, let me check. Hello? Yan, yan. So day before that, again, it's Chais Rodriguez of Moto Beats. Then we have Katie Sunchild of Katie Sunchild. The model, the model, the actress, the singer, the artist. Tapos si Sir Chais Rodriguez. Yeah, it's solid. Unfortunately for Sir Chais Rodriguez podcast episode, nagkaroon tayo ng issue sa ating audio, but one of our technicians is already working on it. And titignan kung ano magagawa nila for that specific episode. Kasi sayang eh, alam mo yun. Yun pala, super thankful dito. XM 800, 8500 by Behringer. And so I already posted something in Musikerong. It's somehow sa mga groups ng musicians. I'm inviting, church players to check if to talk to them, how do they manage their music. And nga pala, congratulations sa mga nananalo ng Tapsi Project vouchers. Yung mga iba nag-message na sa akin, you can claim it sa Music Hearing Unit webpage or sa Facebook page rather. Um, sa mga tag dito nanalo ng Zerca, it will be shipped out in no time. Kasi, syempre, isa-isa lang. Mahina ang kalaban. Ayun, so you can visit our podcast channel as well in Buzzsprout. And we can have, you can follow us on um, podcast as well. Or, sorry, Spotify. Yeah. So kindly visit or follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more updates on the latest podcasts. youtube.com/musiccaringunip together with our Facebook page. And of course, the podcast is sponsored by the Tapsi Project, Black Empire, and Zerca Sauce. So, yan dyan din si Paco Photography through Instagram and YouTube. And of course, one of our guests here, Sir Russell De La Cruz, the Music Army, www.themusicarmy.com. And please follow Sky Church on social media, facebook.com/SkyChurchPH. And so, hey, we have our guest host tonight. We have Sir Je Gonzales. Hello, Sir Je Gonzales.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me
Hey,
loud and clear?
clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for
Yeah, thanks
joining,
for
sir.
having me.
No, no problem, no problem. So we have Sir Je Gonzales, one of our guests here in our podcast live recording. Sir Je, can we start on letting the listeners know sino kayo?
Yeah, uh when we talk about music, isa akong saxophone player. I play saxophone on events and iba't ibang events. And then yeah, like an ordinary player, passion ko na rin talaga yung pagtugtog. And mostly I play sa church. Yun yung isa sa mga ano ko.
Yan. Sa
Yep.
church, no?
Yep.
Is this a Christian church or a Catholic church? Catholic one.
It's a born again Christian church.
Born again Christian.
Yep.
Okay. Nga pala sir, FYI, hindi tayo mag-uusap ng anything about church dito. It's more on the
That's
music
okay.
side.
That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I knew it. I knew it before.
Kasi ang style natin dito, we wanna know more. We're gonna talk about some discussion points like, makikinig tayo ng music, we're gonna play local artist play, we're gonna play a couple of things from um whoever, sino mga naka-line up na mga tawag dyan, indie artist natin. So, in
Mhm.
terms of search, saxophone is aside sa saxophone, anong mga pini-play mong instruments?
Aside from saxophone, nagpe-play ako ng keyboard and mostly piano.
Versus
Minsan ako ang reliever sa church namin pag walang pianist.
walang piano. So, musical inclined ka talaga, sir, no?
Ah, actually nagsimula 'to when I was in high school, eh.
Mhm.
So, alam mo yun, nung time na yun talagang nung una ayoko siya, eh, kasi mas engage ako sa ano, eh, alam mo yun, high school days, engage ka sa computer games, Counter
Mhm.
Strike, yung mga gano'n. Alam mong
Oo.
batang 90s, eh, 'no?
Actually
Tapos,
ako, CS, yes. CS, Battle Realms, mga ganyan.
oo, yun. So, yung time na yun,
Ah,
nahilig lang talaga ako sa music before.
yeah.
Actually hindi siya talaga ano, eh, hindi siya alam mo yun, hindi ala talaga sa hilig ko at first. But, it all started kasi when we were in high school. So, kami nga, hindi naman kami raised into a rich family.
Mhm,
So, me and my brother, we are both studying, will be studying high school, college pala.
mhm.
So, my parents, they can't afford to send us to school ng sabay. So, kami naman dalawa, ayaw naman namin nung kuya ko na ano, na may mag-stop sa amin. So, what we did, my brother did, actually kuya ko ang unang ano, eh, na-engage sa music. We joined the brass band. So, yung mga
Oh,
musiko,
I
oo, yung
see.
mga musiko. So,
Oo,
nung time na yun sinama niya ako kasi sabi niya, kailangan matuto ka nito para maging scholar ka sa university." So, to make the long story short, ah natuto akong tumugtog because of my brother, of my kuya. And then apparently, originally kasi I'm not a saxophone player. I'm a clarinet player. So, clarinet ang
clarinet,
pine-play.
sorry, clarinet yung mahaba, 'di ba? Yung,
The
um,
one playing by Squidward.
yun.
Oh, yeah, yeah. To be easily familiarized.
Oo,
So, 'yan, high school, college, ayun, na-engage na ako. And then one time, nakita ko yung teacher ko kasi ay isang ano, saxophone player. So, whenever he play music, na-amaze ako. Alam mo yun, yung natutulala ka na lang pagka naririnig mo siya. So, that was the day that I started engaging myself into playing saxophone. And I did not regret it. And I'm
ka
really
nun, sir?
loving it.
Ilang taon ka nung mga panahon na yun, nung engage ka sa music playing, nung nag-aaral ka?
Nagsimul Nagsimula ang pagiging engaged ko sa music when I was in, 4th year high school actually. Nag-start akong matutong tumugtog, 2nd year high school. Ayoko na sabihin yung date, masyadong tumanda.
Ano yun, ganyan din kami ni Sir Russell nung huli, nung Saturday.
Oo.
The episode will be posted really, really soon. We are in the phase of our editing. So, gano'n din kami, parang alam mo 'yun, hint lang ng nung panahon natin iba, eh, parang gano'n, eh.
Oo.
Sumira just to give you a brief background, I'm into ano naman, rock music naman, and I'm handling guitars,
Mm.
bass, drums, keys,
Wow,
nagki-keyboards din ako.
wow.
Pero my music background is coming from, the rock and roll scene. We're in the
Mm.
60s, from 50s,
Yeah,
like Elvis Presley hanggang 50s,
yep.
60s, 70s, Bee Gees pa, yung mga gano'n.
Mm,
Um, I'm really a fan of yung mga nagba-brass instruments eh. There was one band for all the listeners. Alam niyo to, The Brass Against the Machine, wherein the brass instruments is coexisting with the rock
rock music.
music.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so solid. So doon ako medyo alam mo yun, parang pucha. Ano 'to, may explicitity dito, sa podcast channel 'to. So, this is not
Oo.
for kids, if,
Yeah, yeah.
listening. So, pucha nung nakikinig ako nun sabi ko, "Tangina puwede naman pala ng gano'n, eh." Alam mo yun? Aside from ska,
Oo.
aside from ska which is, punk rock ska music, reggae
Yeah.
slash, punk music na pinaghalo. Meron palang gano'n, meron palang pinaghalo yung rock and the brass wherein sobrang tuwang-tuwa ako and a big shout out to one of my friends, the Hermano, si
Mm.
Isaiah Giocada. He's a player of Las Piñas band. He plays saxophone as well.
Mm.
So, pero he's not playing through church, parang banda musiko talaga siya. So, parada-parada. And, they were inviting me over to play bass for them. And sabi ko, "Sige, anong tugtugan?" Sabi ko. Sabi niya, "It's gonna be ska." Sabi ko, "Uy, masaya 'to, masaya 'to." Pero puwede ba tayong parang Brass Against the Machine? Kumbaga yung buong banda niya, kumbaga kukuha kami
Oh, yeah.
taga-clarinet, trumpet, French horn, tapos saxophone. So parang ang gagawin namin ta's may bassoon ba yun, yung malaki? Tama ba? Yung tawag dun?
Ah, ang bassoon ay it's a woodwind instrument actually. Yung malaki it's the bass, the radio bass.
Okay, okay. Sorry, hindi ako masyadong familiar sa brass
Yeah, that's
instruments pero You know,
okay lang yun.
yun yung bala ko parang lahat kami gano'n tapos may kakanta. Then it's gonna be the Brass Against the Machine ng Pilipinas. You might wanna go
Mm.
and check that out. It's really cool. They
Oo.
play Rage Against the Machine, they play Tool, all sorts of rap metal and metal engagement of music. Tapos sabi ko tapos alam mo yun, para siyang pinabigat na husto na Radioactive Sago Project. If you're
Yep.
familiar with
Yeah, I'm
Radioactive.
familiar with Radioactive Sago Project. Lord
Oo.
De Vera.
Yan, yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So, Sir Lord, shout out pala sa'yo. Makinig kay Lord
Shout
yan.
out.
So, you know, the yung mga brass instrument players na yan, sobra-sobra talagang idol. Alam mo yun, parang ang hirap eh. If I'm strumming or kahit ako pag nagda-drums ako, parang nangangalay lang yung braso ko. But coming from a brass instrument, I wanna ask, ganun ba talaga kahirap? I mean, buong lungs mo, you shouldn't be a smoker kung sakasakali, di ba?
Actually, ano eh, based on my on my own perception as a as a wind player. Actually, sa wind instruments, it's like you are talking but there's something that is pacified in your mouth. So parang ganun
Mm,
ang konsepto niya. It's not actually you're getting the air in your lungs, but
mm,
it's like you're speaking. Yung kinukuha mo yung hangin mo dito sa
mm,
usual na mga pinagkukuhanan mo ng hangin. We also do a thing na kinukuha din namin yung hangin dito sa chest,
mm.
sa lungs or sa ano. But it's like para ding mga guitar players. It's like you're speaking with yun nga lang
Pero
gamit mo
parang
yung instrumento mo.
let's put it in a perspective of this way wherein it's like you're singing, may top note din, may diaphragm note.
Mm.
Saan pumapasok ang top note diyan? Parang let's say, kunwari ako 'pag kumakanta ako, I do top note 'pag yung sigawan na, parang, ay mataas na. But I have diaphragm note when I sing the verses. So parang gano'n ba 'yan?
Ako ano eh, para kang sumisigaw, sa akin just
Hmm,
to explain it easily. It's like you're shouting pero ayun nga, may nakaano. Pero ito yung lips mo, ito
hindi
yung
yan
medyo
ito.
may control ka. Kasi
Okay.
kapagka yung lips mo, hindi mo siya tinigasan ng ano. I mean yung wala kang control,
Mm.
magba-burst out yung hangin. Tapos,
Ah,
kasama na din dun yung combination mo ng mga keys. So, pag pumindot ka sa keys, meron kasing certain combination yung mga yung mga keys para maabot mo. I mean, ito yung dapat mong pindutin para dun
mm.
sa mga higher notes na kailangan mong palabasin. So, it's a combination of blowing and your finger position.
Parang pangit pakinggan nun 'pag ano, uy,
Ah,
mga nakikinig,
ay, teka, teka, teka.
mag-blow
Sorry, sorry.
blowing machine dito makikita. Oo. Medyo may pagkapalahura din
Oh.
kasi 'tong channel na 'to, hindi yung naalala ko, namin last week, ang
Yeah.
pinag-uusapan namin beer house. Paano ba pumapasok ang music sa beer house, eh? Parang ano kaya, EDM ba 'yan, yung mga gano'n. Tapos may nag-suggest, Lady in Red 'yan usually. Okey, oh, yes, yung mga gano'n, 'di ba? So, um, in terms of ano, pare, kasi most of the brass or wind players, sila yung mga parang disiplinado talaga sa music, eh. Tenga kung tenga ang pinag-uusapan. So, were you parang napag-aralan mo ba siya in terms of, notes or notation in keys, or was this all we doing?
Yes, nag-aral kami ng ano, ng note reading,
Mm,
and then yung alam mo talaga yun, there's the discipline of the marching band and the brass band. Iba-iba yung ano, eh, mapapansin mo naman sa ano, mapapansin mo din sa mga players if they know how to read notes or
mm,
ah, tumitinga. Pero ano, meron ding mga musicians talaga na ang galing nilang tumugtog pero magugulat ka, hindi pala sila bumabasa ng nota. May mga gano'n, okey?
mm.
They're the gifted ones talaga. In my case
Oo.
naman kasi, since, sa'kin talaga, ewan ko parang I'm not born into music talaga, but, it's just that, I fell in love with it. And,
Oo.
nung time na ano, na when I was in high school, tinuturuan kaming bumasa ng nota kasi siyempre sa marching band, you should know how to read
Oo,
notes.
oo,
Tapos,
exactly. Kasi parang ano
tapos
yan, eh, parang sa drum and lyre dati,
oo,
meron time na sa drum and lyre pare, ang ginagawa actually snare, I handled snare and toms for ano,
mm.
na-apply ko yung note reading ko from keys papunta sa ano, eh, papunta sa, snare drums and how to play drums as well, eh. So, parang alam mo yun, yun nga yung sinasabi nila elitista ka dapat in order for you to play in a marching band, 'di ba? So, dun aral ka talaga ng roots 'no?
Kami kami nun, inano talaga kami, kumbaga yun yung naging key
Ni-require.
para makapasok kami sa mga university, symphonic band. So, kailangan kasi marunong kang bumasa ng nota, mahirap yung tutugtog kayo 'di mo alam. Tapos, yun na rin, naging discipline na rin kasi yung teacher ko, sabi niya kasi lagi niyang inaano, hindi lahat ng oras ang kasama mong tumutugtog ay mga kapwa mo, musiko. So, there may be times, darating yung panahon may makakasama ka ng mga guitar players,
Mm,
keyboard players, iba ang tuning nila. So, you should be aware of their tone. So, kailangan hasadin yung tenga mo. So, as time passes by, nakakatuwa na ano, there's a gift na binigay sa amin na
mm.
alam mo yun yung parang theoretical, ewan ko ba, I don't say it theoretically ano, parang instinct, parang nagkaroon ka ng ano, ng spider instinct yung mga kay Peter Parker na, 'pag narinig mo yung unang nota,
Alam mo na.
alam mo na yung ano, parang it's like magic actually, pero napakahirap
Mm,
ipaliwanag sa punto namin. Kasi yun yung inano sa'min, eh, yun yung tinrain sa'min na you should
mm.
develop your ears. At the same time, develop mo din yung ano, yung the way you read notes. Kasi, baka mamaya maka-encounter ka ng pianist na musical director pala.
Yes,
Alam
may
mo yun,
notes.
yung oo, nagnonota yung mga yun. Eh, medyo hindi ka naman mapahiya at least. Hindi mo man
Oo,
tamaan yung nota, at least, nabasa mo naman siya. So, may
oo,
mga
same.
gano'ng concept.
Kasi merong
And,
ano yan, eh,
hmm,
let's say yung meron akong naging drummer. He's
mm,
musically like musical genius sila,
mm,
magkakapatid. So, parang naki-jam ako one time, I played bass with them or for
oo,
them rather. Tapos lahat sila, they're looking at tablatures and notes. So, sabi ko, "Sige, hindi na ako lalapit, pakikinggan ko na lang how bigay mo sa akin yung
oo,
key, yung progression." So, alam mo na kaagad yung progression mo and what not. Later on, tinanong nila ako, sabi, "Do you read notes para at least nasa linya tayo?" Sabi ko, "Hindi, kasi tinry ko na i-widow, eh, kung ano yung pini-play niyo and play along
mm,
with bass guitar. Kumbaga naka-galloping ka lang naman ng bass guitar, eh. Kumbaga, let's say the
mm,
note is E, then you transition to A and C, then, dun lang iikot yung scale mo ng bass mo."
mm,
So, they kinda like how it was played, it was portrayed by my bass, but gusto nila ano yung tono nila, yung tunog nila, yun din. So,
oo,
eh, tama yun sinasabi mo. You have to have that perception of baka pabasahin ako all of a sudden itong,
mm.
player lang kasabi ko. But, yung question sir, saan ka nagpe-play? I mean, anong banda?
Ano, eh, wala akong permanent band actually ano, but, meron akong mga friends kasi na minsan nai-invite nila
I
kapagka
mean,
halimbawa.
sorry, sa, marching band, which specific band did you play with?
Sa marching band, ano ako, member ako ng Buenaventura Band. It is, founded by the national artist for music, Antonino Buenaventura. And,
Wow.
'yun dun ako nahasa, dun ako I mean, dun na nagsimula yung ano, yung aking, music journey.
Buenaventura band is where specifically? I mean,
Specifically here in, Baliwag, Bulacan.
nice, nice, nice. So
Yes.
yan guys, yung mga nagpa-podcast guest sa atin kung saan-saan lupalop na ng mundo nagagaling. Um, ayan, lupalop ng Pilipinas. So once we, as we progress our podcasting, actually halos lahat ng mga nakikita ko sa musikerong Pinoy and local recording groups, I'm inviting them over para at least magkausap, makwentuhan tungkol sa musika.
Mm.
In terms of your music, you said you play keys and you're playing with instruments as well. What are your influences for your music?
Sa saxophone, ang influence ko, dami 'to, sobra.
Mm.
The day I started playing saxophone kasi nung time na yun ano, 'di ba yung commonly yung maririnig mo si Kenny G, 'di ba 'no?
Yes, yes,
Oo, 'di
yes,
ba?
yes.
Pero nung time na natuto ako ng saxophone, alam mo yun, nag-explore ako ng sino pa ba yung mga artist ng saxophone, but then, ang dami pala nila. Sa foreign artists, ang mga influence ko sa foreign artist talaga, pinaka-favorite ko of all the players is Gerald
Mm,
Albright. And then sa
mm.
mga local artists, sila yung pinakamarami. Kasi sila yung, alam mo yun, yung nakikita ko sila sa mga gigs.
Uh-uh.
We have Sir Joey De Guzman,
Joey De
Sir Todd.
Guzman,
Uh,
um,
uh, si Sir Joey De Guzman, usually nakikita ko siya sa AMP Big Band with
yes,
Sir Mel Villena,
yan.
Sir Michael Guevara, Sir Ronald Tomas, Sir Tots Tolentino. Ayan, siya yung ano,
Mm.
nasa Tawag ng Tanghalan.
Oh,
Ang
wow.
gagaling kasi, I mean yung
Is
hindi mo
people
inakala
Oo. Hindi
hindi
mo
mo
inakala.
inakala na ano, na dito maririnig mo din pala sa mga kapwa mo Pinoy musician yung gano'ng tunog
Oo,
na magaganda. So, ayan, I'm starting to learn, and, ginagaya ko talaga yung mga accent nila. So, dun
mm,
iyon, time passes by, nade-develop, eventually. Kapa-practice ka ano.
oo.
So, gano'n pa man, sabi nga, ano pa rin, there are things that, you really have to practice pa rin. Never
Tama.
ending ang practice session. Hindi
Ang
tayo nag-stop dapat.
the way I take a look at music, Sergey, is you won't have a cup full of your knowledge in terms of music. Me, I
Yes.
started around siguro mga grade 2, grade 3. I started playing keys.
Mm.
My mom enrolled me over to Yamaha. Yun yung discussion namin no Saturday.
Oo,
Pucha ako,
Yamaha.
Yamaha kid ako. Diyan yung mga teacher na ano, sabi nga ni Sir Russell, nung panahon natin pinapalo pa yung kamay. So sabi ko, yeah, that's true.
Oo.
Uh, Pinapalo yung kamay namin ng teacher and sorry kung tinago ko 'to, but it's true, pinapalo ang kamay ng mga bata pag when you play keys, when you practice with your coach or your teacher.
Mm.
Ito ang pinakaiba, www.musicarmy.com. Unorthodox way and the theoretical way, they both teach that to their students, to their pupils. So you might want to go, guys, listening today, and who's going to be our listeners. You might want to go ahead and check out www.themusicarmy.com. Hype sa plugging, no? Pero actually, my daughter is enrolled with them. She's playing drums, and my son is playing keys. So ako, ayoko siyang i-engage. Ayoko sila engage sa Yamaha. Pag ako nagturo sa
Mm.
kanila, larong Yamaha 'to, pinapalo ko yung drumsticks, pag mali yung tono, mali
Mm.
yung drumstick. Mali yung tempo mo sa metronome, 'di ba? So parang one
Mm.
2 3 4 papaluin ko yung drums. Yung drumsticks lang naman, hindi naman yung kamay ng anak ko. Siyempre I cannot hit my
Oo.
kid. So papaluin ko yung drumsticks. Oh, mali. Yung anak ko naman panganay, when he play piano, i-denote ko. Kumbaga, iwawami ko or pipindutan ko ng ibang note para ma-alert siya na, oh, mali. Mali yung
Oo.
key na pinipindot niya. So, those were two different theories of music. We have a lot of approaches in terms of music. So,
Oo, ang
kung ikaw,
dami.
malamang may pamilya ka na, 'di ba? May anak ka na. Do
May
you
anak na ako.
teach the music to your kids?
Ano, hindi, yung baby baby pa lang yung anak ko, 6 months pa lang kaya ano, pero, I usually teach, saxophone to individuals, lalo na yung mga, bata ano. may approach ako. Actually, hindi ko ina-apply yung approach ng brass band, eh. Kasi sa amin sa brass band ang approach namin dati, alam mo yun, yung conductor mo, kaya ano, kaya 'di ba nabanggit ko kanina that we are disciplined to read notes and to be aware with our tones kasi yung conductor namin nangmumura.
Oo, normal yan.
Oo,
Actually alam mo if you're gonna take a look at conductors, your teachers,
oo.
your coaches, matatanda nung panahon natin ang nagtuturo niyan.
Oo,
Ah,
tapos alam mo,
it's
dun
either 60
mag-e-exist yung ano, dun nag-e-exist yung tinatawag na emotional damage.
yes, exactly. But if
Oo.
you're gonna take a look at it, that built you from scratch, you know? Kasi
Yes,
ako when I started playing music, kuya ko, mga kapatid ko, big shoutouts to my brothers. They're not Yamaha school graduates, eh. Hindi sila Yamaha, hindi sila dumaan ng Yamaha school. What happened is, itong mga kapatid ko, they are all street music players. Kumbaga, dun sila natuto, nag-gitara, nag-drums, nag ano. So, kumbaga, dun nila ako in-enlighten sa music na, hey, you listen to rock and hip-hop and all types of music, not classical.
mm,
But you can listen to classical, of course, as one of your influences. But mainly my influences more on the rock side, the metal, the grunge side, punk. Tapos bumato na ako ng mga Karen Carpenters, reggae, and everything. Kumbaga, all music is on the table, and wala akong discrimination sa music. Aside sa butots, alam to ng mga listeners eh. Aside sa butots, hindi ko talaga siya pinakinggan. I totally hate that theme of music. But it's still music though. Pero mas bilib ako sa mga musicians na they play music with a major musical instrument, which is brass instrument. So, for kung ikaw brass player ka sir or ikaw ay wind instrument player, what kind of music do you usually like? Kumbaga, aside from the norm of playing saxophone.
ako ano, mahilig ako sa ano, eh, sa mga Latin music ano, yung halimbawa yung bossa nova, samba.
Oh,
Yung mga
yeah,
gano'n.
yeah.
Tapos, hindi kamukha mo din, I don't have, discrimination with music. I appreciate every music na naririnig ko. Pero sabi nga meron tayong top list 'di ba, of our favorite music. Ako, mahilig ako sa mga gano'n, yung mga Latin, yung mga, pop, smooth
Samples, no?
jazz. Oo, smooth jazz. Ang hindi ko lang talaga pinapakinggan yung mga ano, eh, yung mga classic jazz, yung alam mo yun, yung mga pakahihirap na nung mga ano. Unang-una 'di ko tatamaan. I'm not a jazz player kasi.
Ako sa jazz naman, jazzy like New York jazz ang trip na trip ko talaga. I mean,
Ah,
with the violin and everything, kumbaga pa
mm,
nag-record sila, it should be live para ma-capture
mm.
yung buo. Kasi there's no such interface na audio interface or audio mixer that can capture the whole brass team, eh. So
Oo,
it should be recorded as one. So,
totoo, totoo.
alam mo yun, sa banda, composed of three, let's say dun sa trio, yung banda namin nila kuya, may drummer, si kuya ko, ako yung bass habang kumakanta, tapos yung kapatid ko na gitarista. So, parang if we play the music, pag sa practice and the demo recording, the tape cassette recording, when we record it, pag may nagkamali, oh, replay natin, madali eh.
Ulit,
Ano,
ulit, ulit.
pero dun imagine mo, your whole band is practicing, pag may mali dong tono, alam mo na kagad eh, di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
And ang hirap nun, ang hirap i-coordinate ng conductor nun, I mean,
Oo.
pero eto sir, naniniwala ka ba dito, since that you have a 6-month-old baby, kasi yung mga anak ko, ang ginawa ko, when we were expecting, nilalagyan ko ng earphones yung tiyan ng asawa ko. Kasi sabi nila, it will, even they were, ano tawag diyan, nasa womb pa lang sila nung anak ng nanay, they can about
Mm,
they can listen to
mm,
things and they can hear things. So sabi sa akin nung ano tawag diyan, OB-GYN ng asawa ko and the pediatrics na sasalo, sabi niya, "Pakinggan musician ka, eh. The way you look, the way you dress, musician ka. It's either
mm,
rock music or I don't know kung ano, basta alam ko musician ka," sabi sa'kin. Sabi ko, "Yes." Sabi ko, "Doc, it's true. I play all sorts of, string instruments," sabi ko, "and I play drums and keys, and I sing," sabi ko. "I'm into bands as well. I'm in a band," sabi ko. You might wanna go ahead and put earphones to your wife's tummy para makikinig ng bata. Now, it's actually true nung lumabas yung mga anak ko, they're 4 and 5 right now. They're really into music. Genetically siguro kasi buong pamilya namin, their mom,
mm.
dad ko, they're musicians, mga kapatid ko. But there are sabi ko, "Doc, baka naman sa genetics na 'to or DNA." Kasi alam mo gano'n ako ka-addict sa music, eh, Sir Jai.
Mm.
Even my kids, theoretically ginawan ko ng pinag-aralan ko na paano paano ko maipapasa yung knowledge ko ng music sa kanila. But there are just people who, may mga coaches na sinasabi na, "No, it's genetics, bro. Kung musician ka,
Mm.
musician yung anak mo, whatever happens." It's like, my dad is an architect. Ang galing mag-drawing nung panganay kong anak, and I know how to draw as well. So, parang genetics nga siya, arts is genetics, eh. But eto, coming from a person who studied music, were you alam mo ba nung bata ka na magiging musician ka?
Actually, hindi. What I dream of when I was a kid, um, ang pangarap ko talaga maging chef. Yun talaga gusto ko sa buhay. I really love cooking. The first thing I love most is cooking. Kasi yun yung time na ano, when I was in grade 4, tinuruan ako ng nanay ko humawak ng kutsilyo. Alam mo yung hawak mo yung kutsilyo, no? Nag-i-slice ka ng ano, feel na feel
Oo,
mo yung... And then, ayun,
galit ako sa
but,
pinaghiwa
oh,
sa'yo, eh.
oo, tapos, hindi, pero ngayon naman, going back to music, ano, yung ano, yung concept nung ano, yung sa baby. Actually, I did the same thing. Yun nga lang, the other way around. Tumutugtog ako ng saxophone, and yung asawa ko nandun. Habang namamahinga siya, tugtog ako ng tugtog. So,
Sarap talaga yun,
oo,
oo.
tapos nagre-react si baby. And ngayon naman, I'm hoping talaga that when he grow up, he will be inclined to music, ano. Kasi ngayon, minsan kapagka yung nagre-respond na kasi anak ko when it comes to ano, socialization, eh.
Mm,
So kapagka yung, naglo-long tone ako ng,
mm.
sumasabay na rin siya. So sabi
Oo.
ko, "Wow," sabi ko, "Meron 'to, puwede 'to, kaya na 'to, may way na 'to."
Actually,
And,
you have them young. At the age of, like, paglabas sa anak ko, I was playing,
hmm,
actually, this is, quite ironic. I was playing jazz music sa tabi niya. My wife advised me to play white noise to let the kids sleep. But the other way around, I played jazz music. So, like, soft jazz music, you know.
mm,
I mean, jazz hop kasi yung jazz and hip hop na pinaghalo na,
mm,
alam mo yun. So, yung mga ganun na background music. I played jazz music to him and he falls asleep. And then pagising niya, pag wala yung music, iiyak siya. So sabi ko, okay.
mm,
So this is helping. Sabi ko, this is helping the kids to go to sleep. And definitely, kasi parang ano yan, eh. The way I look at music is not, it's like heroes, you know. Heroes are not
mm.
born, they're created. So musicians
Yeah,
are created.
exactly.
But meron talagang, sabi mo nga, genetically,
Mm,
putsang galing. Alam mo na kagad, may tenga na, may widow na. So,
oo.
yung definitely yung anak mo widow lang 'yan, pakinggan mo lang siya, lagi mo lang siya pakinggan ng music. Bilib ako kasi saxophone, eh, kumbaga ako maggigitara ako, may ingay, eh, alam mo yun,
Mm,
may buzz.
mm.
Pero, for saxophonist kasi talagang, I mean yun. So going back sa music, sir,
Okay.
you play with, tumutugtog ka sa church, 'di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Oo, and do you think ako ano na, do you think that musicians who plays in church should be monetized as well?
Actually ano, hati ang ano ko diyan, eh, nung kanina nung nabasa ko yung ano mo, yung chat mo sa akin ano, medyo hati hati kasi ang ano ko diyan, ang opinion ko diyan. I don't wanna be one-sided person ano, kasi it depends on two factors. Number one, if, you consider the church, okay?
Hmm,
There are churches, lalo na yung mga malalaking churches, ano, yung mga mega churches kung tawagin natin, they are paying their musicians talaga.
oo.
They're supporting their musicians kasi
Hmm,
merong mga ano, alam mo yun, yung mga kilalang mga churches talagang meron pang mga SS and PhilHealth tong mga musicians nila. So
wow.
that kasi ano yun, eh, kumbaga yun na rin yung dedication ng mga ano, ng mga
Mm,
musicians nila. And on the other side naman, there are small churches kasi na wherein it is very hard to say na you are well compensated, and everything, your service will be monetized, ano, kasi unang-una, alam mo yun, yung maliit din yung churches, and then hindi siya stable actually, but there are churches that give this love gift ang tawag namin doon, na kumbaga parang allowances
I see.
pangkain, pang-gas or
Yan,
transportation.
oo.
'Yun, meron 'yun. But, to the point na meron kang monthly salary, we
Mhm.
call it salary na. Siguro nag-e-exist 'yun sa mga mega churches na ano, yung mga
Experiences.
malalaki talaga.
Victory, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, kasi
Pero,
I remember,
um
sorry, Sir Jay,
mm,
there was one time that I was invited to Victory
mm.
Alabang.
Oh, yeah.
Victory is a Christian church. I used to
Yeah,
play with
favorite ko sila.
Fred, something in Sukat.
Oo,
I was born and raised in Parañaque, by the way. So
mm,
there was a church in Parañaque. I'm Catholic, by the way, pero
mm,
I was invited kasi musicians eh. This subdivision, they were
mm,
nakakatawa pa yan eh kasi out of school youth ako nung high school. I dropped out from high school for 1 year because of music. I really want to pursue my band. And then that time, in-invite ako, sabi ng mami ko, yung uncle mo was playing with a Christian band. So you might wanna
mm,
play. Consider ko, sabi ko. Si kuya muna. He was playing drums with them. Then they invited me over to teach younglings how to play
mm,
guitars. Kumbaga basic scale, basic chord progression. Doon kami
mm.
umikot. And then I played with them. Kumbaga ako nahilig na rin ako. Totoo 'yan, may meal, may binibigay silang pangkain kasi I don't get
Yeah,
compensated. They just really appreciate what I'm doing. So what they did is, "Oh, bili kayo ng soft drinks nung mga kabanda mo,
mm,
nung mga turuan mo, blah, blah, blah." And they are really good. But the main reason why I disengaged with it kasi parang, I have my own belief. Again, we're not gonna talk about religion. I
that's okay,
believe
I understand.
I wanna step out muna kasi parang hinahatak na ako paloob, eh. Parang sabi ko, teka lang, mawawala na ako dun sa face ko nung music na kasi there was one time na sabi nung pastor sa'min, "Sige if you wanna go ahead and practice as a band, practice kayo." So we were playing music na rock and roll tapos alam mo may mga lyrics
Mm.
na hindi puwede sa loob ng church.
Oo, oo.
Nakakamot ako ng ulo. Teka lang, Brad," sabi ko, si Jason, si Puts na tawagin, yung si Daga. Sabi ko,
Mm,
"Dags, labas tayo, ano tayo, sa iba tayo tumugtog," ganyan. And then dun na nag-start na disengage na kami dun sa band ng Christianism. And then, I remember sa Chicosay, si Sir Mong Alcaraz was playing
oh, yeah, Chikosai.
yes, with
Mm,
Victory Alabang.
mm.
And then one of my friend told me na, "Bro, ito nga, oh, Vampira tumutugtog diyan." So sabi ko,
Oo.
Oo, Mong Alcaraz. So I attended one of the Victory, uh, I don't wanna say, paano ba yan, mass or, basta
Church
service
service.
or
Oo.
service. I attended one Saturday. Skate ano pa yun, eh, parang may skate compy dun, skate
Oo.
competition sa festival. Then sabi nila, "O tara, akyat na tayo." Akyat na kami, andiyan kami. So sabi ko, "Si Mong Alcaraz nga talaga 'to." Sabi ko, "He's playing for a Christian band." Sabi ko, so parang alam mo yun, I'm not gonna limit myself to play along with
Mm,
Christian bands na after that. So pero yun nga, sadly the church closed. Wala na siya dun sa kinalakihan ko. And I remember one drummer was playing along with me na sa sikat na drummer siya, eh, kapatid siya ni yung sa Pyramid. Pinag-usapan namin ito one of my episodes here. Barkada namin kasi yung drummer nung sikat na banda na yun. And, you know, nakaka-jam ko siya dun sa simbahan. And yun, grabe yun. Notation talaga kung notes yun.
oo.
Talagang, sabi niya, "Pre, wala ka sa tono." Ha? Sabi ko, eh, pareho lang tayo binabase. Tapos, teka lang, wala. Iba. Minimix niya yung
Ayan.
We Don't. Ang hirap mo naman. And that time, pare, ang effects naman ng available nun, it's either Zoom 505, which is, doesn't have
Mm,
or I have the stump box eh, rather. I don't have
mm.
hindi pa uso yung uh, Moog na mga maliliit na tuner eh. Kumbaga bibili ka na, ang mahal, estudyante
Oo,
ko.
mahal lang ano dati, eh.
Tas yung sa church na yun, inaawitan ko sila na baka puwedeng, mag-sponsor or magbigay ng mga guitar pedals, mga gano'n. And really unfortunate na they didn't. They just allow me to take home the guitar, which is a, Les Paul Sunburst, which I have the
Mm,
same panahon na yun. Yung sa kanila siyempre medyo luma kasi sa simbahan. Pero it's working, it's usable.
mm,
And in all respect naman dun sa simbahan, when I play, yun yung ginagamit ko. So, alam mo yun, that's true. You'll get compensated with ano no, with with other, I would
Yeah.
say. Mm.
But going back with your with your thoughts a while ago, yung sinabi mo na na you disengage with the church that goes number two. Number two
Oh.
kasi it depends upon the player. Okay.
Mm.
There are players kasi ako on my own. I've been playing into weddings, to party, to politiko, patay, buhay, posisyon, yung
Uy,
mga ganun. So, yung mga ganun. I mean, yung yung mga, I mean, dito sa, sa paligid ko. So, on my part naman, as a musician, I want to serve my God. I want to dedicate the talent that He gave me. And,
mm.
no, I'm not asking for any monetary ano ba tawag dito? I don't ask for any monetization from our church kasi it is my own ano na lang din talaga decision to play with the church. And then whether they give or meron o wala man, it's okay because it's my own decision naman talaga that to play with the church. And I'm loving it and I'm really enjoying it.
Pero
Uh,
anyway, alam mo meron time na you mentioned about, politicians, eh. I play with politicians as well. Alam mo, hindi siya malaki, alam mo yung ano tawag diyan, yung, 'pag nagpapatawag sila, may ano diyan, eh, yung magpupunta kayo sa isang lugar tapos,
Oo,
for all the
oo.
viewers, listeners right now, you know the answer, please answer,
Mm.
pa-call or, message niyo ako. Um, Ano yan, eh, they asked me to play guitars, then a lady will sing, and it's like a live event na
Gagawin ka ng videoke 'no?
oo, gano'n, gano'n,
Oo,
gano'n.
oo, oo. That's
Um,
why
Medyo na-bad trip ako kasi
ako din.
all I all I thought is, I'm gonna be compensated kasi it's a whole night, eh. Kumbaga nag-start kami ng 7:00 tapos kami 10:00. I was playing guitars. Although ano naman yun, ano tawag diyan, per set. Kunwari itong set na 'to, okey, after introduce yung mga politicians, you play. Okay, so that's a
Mm.
cue. Oh, alright, and then second and third set, it's an open jam, all the politicians can sing, parang gano'n. Sabi ko, "Okay, alright." So, ako naman si tanga hindi ko tinanong, "Am I gonna be paid?"
Oo,
Wala, eh.
yun.
Putya pag-uwi, alam mo yung pagdating namin dun sa HQ nila,
Oo.
sabi ko, "Sir, magbibigay ako ng invoice for the for the night." Kasi siyempre I played and, "Ay, akala ko ano 'to, suporta para dun sa ano." Gano'n ba?"
Ah!
Sabi ko, yun nga, eh. That, for all the listeners right now, the topic is about, do musicians need to be compensated? And a lot of musicians doesn't get compensated at all. And
Totoo,
it's actually
yeah.
underrated, underpaid ang musicians in the Philippines,
Yeah,
right?
let me cut you with that ano 'no. Yun ang nakakalungkot dito sa sistema natin ano. These musicians, they are alam mo yun, they are putting all of their passion. Okay? They are practicing.
Mm.
I mean, hindi alam mo yung mga dedicated musicians, they are not hindi sila tumitigil ng kapa-practice ano.
Totoo
Bumibili
yan.
sila ng mamahaling instrument. I
Equipments.
hope you saw that on ano, yung mga bibili ka ng mamahaling instrument, magta-travel ka ng 5 kilometro para sa ₱500 na gig. Minsan thank you pa, madalas thank you pa, yung mga gano'n. Yun ang
Ah,
nakakalungkot. And,
yung pa
nitong
ano
oo,
yan, eh, expected
nitong
nila.
pandemic, musicians sila yung pinakatinamaan talaga kasi
Yes.
yes.
Pero ang maganda kasi sa musicians nowadays on the pandemic, during the pandemic season, or if I don't wanna call it season kasi ayoko na mangyari ulit ito, eh.
Ay oo, ako din.
During the pandemic stage of the Philippines, wherein a lot of musicians were investing naman sa magtuturo. Yan. Sa
Mm,
Music Army, again, I'll plug this one, www.themusicarmy.com. You'll have B-Boy, Sir B-Boy, the guitarist of Join the Club. He's one of the coaches there.
mm.
Sir Russell de la Cruz is one of the coaches there. So parang, alam mo, most of the artists who made it to the top, they just went into parang ganito, ako magtuturo na lang ako para ano, or somehow nauso na tuloy si Spotify, and we'll play a couple of songs later, by the way, from other artists. who are uploading their music through Spotify and they're monetizing their subs para doon. Pero yung nawala talaga yung gig. Ako, I was affected. I was playing in Las Piñas yung mga bars. Though meron akong day job ko, pero after
Mm.
my day job, I went there, I sang, then tapos na, 'di ba? But you get compensated. So sa pool talaga tayo.
Mm.
Sobrang sa pool tayo as musicians. Um, yun nga, going back to the topic, nakaka-bad trip yan, yung mga ganyan na pinabiyahe ka.
Oo.
As far as I remember, I was residing here in Las Piñas, then I have to go to Parañaque in order for me to play, tapos wala akong naiuwi. Karamihan naman diyan, sir, you're playing with, tawag dito sa mga kasal, 'di ba? Ako
Mm.
na-experience ko rin. Do
Oo.
you get compensated well 'pag tumutugtog ka sa kasal?
Oo. Yun. Kasi ano, eh, is a big oo. Kasi ano, like what you're doing, ako meron din akong day job as a teacher. Teacher ako, eh, licensed teacher. Alam mo yun, after your work, tapos, weekend, instead of, spending your weekend sa gala-gala, ako ini-spend ko yung weekend ko sa pagtugtog sa mga event,
Ay,
mostly wedding. Alam mo yun, yung, hindi ka pagod, hindi ka pawis, busog ka, and, the client will pay you well. Kaya nung nag-pandemic, lungkot na lungkot ako kasi alam mo yun, yung nasanay ka na ano, na alam mo na nagkakagulo yung event, hindi magka-ano sa schedule mo. Hindi mo alam kung
mm,
paano mo pagkakasyahin na all of a sudden biglang nawala. So,
oo.
iyon,
Actually,
yun
ito
ang
bina-comment natin, sir. Ticket selling
ah,
prods back in early 2000s, pay to play. Abonado
mm,
banda para makatugtog pero was a very fun experience lalo na kung wala
yes.
pang pangalan at following yung banda. Tig
Eh,
200 kami ng mga kabanda ko before para makatugtog. Pero yeah, masaya. Actually,
yep.
I will attest to that. Sir Leonard Cataytay of Castiel, he was
Oo.
part of our production before. Yeah, circa 2000, in the middle of 2000. Totoo yan eh. Pupunta ka sa bar, you enter a production, in order for you to play, you'll play. You'll pay for the production. Kumbaga, sige, line up ka namin pero magbebenta kang ticket. Parang ganun. Ang hirap, ang hirap. Ubus na yung baon ko para makatugtog lang kami. But it was really fun. And, going back to the topic, ang musikero, sinasabi nila, my parents personally told this to me na walang pera ang pagbabanda. But
Mm.
sabi ko nga, yun nga, sabi ni sir, natatawa si Sir Russell nun. Sabi niya, oo, yun lang, sinabihan ka na maaga pa lang. Pero if you're gonna think about it rather. Um, Isipin mo na lang 'to, kung teacher ka ng music, may pera diyan, 'di ba? It's,
Oo.
one way or the other may pera, eh. You play with, ako, I play with mainstream bands as well, may pera, 'di ba?
Mm.
The highest pay yata na nakuha ko diyan parang mga 7,500, tatlo lang kami. I was doing kahon,
Wow, laki.
tapos oo, from Makati 'to, as far as I remember, si Ria Garcia, ako tsaka si, Yuri, someone, the guitarist na in-invite namin. Wala kaming mabuo na trio na naggigitara, nagbe-bass, tsaka nagda-drums habang kumakanta. So, what we did, "Ria, tara." Hinata ako ni Ria, rather, "Jay," sabi niya sa'kin, I was called Jay. "Jay, tara, ano tayo, tugtog tayo sa Strums Makati. It's, a Christmas party of BDO Makati." Sabi ko, "Uy,
Mm.
malaking kliyente 'to." So, I was expecting na, oh, makapal na 2,500 dito. Sabi ko, malaki na
Oo.
2,500 'to. Hindi ko in-expect 'to, sir. Pucha, ako nagulat din ako kahit yung misis ko 'no, sabi ko, "Sige, late pa ako sa gig." Inawitan ko na lang, dalawang dalawang set na lang. So, ang dali na ng buhay ko. Sila hirap na. Kakakanta 'to, dalawa lang sila.
Yeah.
Pag-uwi namin nung ano na, sabi, libre pa inom, libre pulutan, lahat. So, 'di inom. Sabi ko, "Tara, inom tayo." Ganyan, ganyan. After, inabot na ni Ria yung pera sa'kin. Pag-abot niya, "Oh, Ri, parang sobra." Sabi ko, "Hindi, ang laki ng binayad sa'kin, eh, anuhin ko naman lahat 'yan, eh, she's well off naman, eh, so it's okay."
Mm.
Pakinggan niya ako, sabi ko, "Tangina, seryoso 'to?" Sabi ko, "Ang laki naman
Oo.
nito." The biggest failure I've ever had on a night gig na isang one-time deal lang. Pero,
Mm.
after naman, eh, alam mo 'yun, may mga gig na 2,000 lang, 500.
Mm.
It's like, for the listeners right now, guys, walang pera sa banda unless madiskarte ka. Do you agree with that,
Totoo.
sir?
Totoo. Kung madiskarte ka tsaka yung alam mo yung friendly ka sa kliyente mo, ayun, may ano ka dun, may
Ulit-ulit
medyo
ka.
ano ka dun, oo,
But do you ever
mauulit
take
ka.
yourself up for, 'tong mga wedding coordinators?
Ano na again?
Do you sign yourself up for wedding coordinators, mga ganun?
Oo, meron akong ano, actually, meron akong mga friends na ano, na wedding coordinators. They're Voice in Seven Events. They have three offices, one in Manila, one in Bulacan, and one in Tagaytay. Sa kanila ako lagi nakasama, and they are my family actually. I treat
Mhm,
them as my family kasi ano eh. Ako kasi ano eh, if you're talking about monetization, if you're talking about getting paid with gig, sa akin ano, sa akin naman hindi naman ako gano'n ka ano, alam mo yung sa laki nung babayad, hindi naman ako after dun. Kumbaga,
mm,
I'm just enjoying the talent I have, at the same time kumikita ako kahit maliit lang. So, may mga time na hindi gano'n kalakihan, may time na malaki, may time na ano. So,
jackpotan,
ayun
eh, 'no?
mas
Jackpot,
oo,
jackpot. Ta's may
oo,
tip pa,
lalo
'di ba?
oo, lalo na halimbawa may one time naalala ko tumugtog ako sa isang company, Christmas party ng company, ang may-ari Amerikano.
Uy,
Tapos tapos
jackpot.
medyo may edad siya. Ako naman, on my playlist, siyempre naglagay ako ng konting medyo luma, ano yun, The Days of Wine and Roses kay Frank Sinatra.
Oo, uy,
So, kasi, hindi ko naman ine-expect na may makaka-appreciate kasi nga, on my part parang gusto ko lang may jazz vibe, may parang Broadway vibe, parang mga gano'n lang naman na ano. Tapos yung palang may-ari nakikinig pala sa'kin.
mhm, mm.
Nakikinig, tapos nung natapos na ako pumalakpak siya, 'di sa'kin naman sabi ko, "Uy, thank you, pinalakpakan ako kahit isa." Tapos
Mhm.
gulat ako, lumapit, may binigay sa'kin, 2 piraso ng 3 ulo, ayun,
Uy, very
blue
nice.
bills. Sabi
Oh,
ko,
uy,
"Ayos, bukod pa yung bayad ko dun sa ano, sa gig." So nung time na yun, nung umuwi ako, I'm very, very happy talaga.
oo. Meron ano naman, eh, actually yung well compensation. Pero yun nga, the topic guys is, do musicians needs to be compensated? And the answer is really yes, kasi the effort
Yes,
is
oo.
alam mo sir, u ako yung gitara ko, hindi naman siya gano'n kamahalan, but
Mm,
may gadgets are really expensive. Kumbaga, hindi siya yung kayang bilhin ng a alam mo yun, hindi siya kayang
mm.
bilhin ng walang hilig sa music talaga. Because if you're
Totoo.
really into music, you have to invest. Like,
Yes.
eto, thankful nga ako may nagdo-donate ng microphone for the podcasting, but
Mm,
may audio interfaces, may mixers, yung drum set na lang. It's
mm.
really expensive. Kung sumatotalin mo yan, abot ng mga 100 hanggang 200, 'di ba? Yung mga totality nung lahat na nagastos mo. But
Totoo.
you have to repay you have to repay the musicians and the artists for that. But
Oo.
yun nga, totoo yan, eh. Hindi ko naman ako ginusto ko 'to. Hindi ko inaano na bayaran niyo ako para ano, but yun
Mm.
lang, yung mga politicians, if you're listening, meron tayong mga listeners na politicians, uh, musicians needs a break. Musicians needs to get their break wherein they have to be
Exactly.
compensated. Right? So, unless yun nga si Sir Jay tumutugtog sa alam mo yan, sa mga events, right?
Oo.
So, plug lang natin Sir Jay, do you have a Facebook page wherein, the people can book you for future events or
Actually, I have deleted yung Facebook page ko ng ano, saxophone, eh. They just, chat me directly na lang on my, real Facebook, account.
mhm,
Dun din ako nag-a-upload ng mga videos ko. And,
mhm,
bago ko pala i-ano 'to, naalala ko yun, musicians need to be well compensated kasi dahil
mhm.
it's not just the gear that you're paying for these musicians. You are paying talent. You are paying a talent
Exactly,
that money cannot buy. Actually,
exactly.
yung talent na meron yan. Sige nga, kung talagang sabihin mo, madali lang naman maging musikero. Di kumanta ka mag-isa mo, kumanta ka ng
Oo,
maganda. O
totoo.
kung sa tingin mo na ang drums ay pagpalo lang, sige, I'll be giving you metronome. Tingnan natin kung
Yeah,
makasabay ka sa palo. And if you think drums is just the easiest part of the band at sasabihin mo na palo lang sila ng palo, well, I'll be asking you to play beat in 12/8, in
exactly,
3/4. Bigyan mo ako ng 16 beats. Tingnan natin kung
exactly. Sabi nga
so
ito. in the comments, si Sir Paco Manalo of Paco Photography. Word, right? I'm into that.
Yeah,
By
exactly.
the way, guys, this is actually true. It's not the Indian, it's the pana. It's not the pana, it's the Indian at the pana rather. So
Actually,
kunwari, ah, ano yan eh, coexist yan eh.
oo,
Naging
correlated sila.
so kunwari, sobrang mahal ng gears mo, you don't know how to play, at least compensate mo yung binili niya ng gears, right?
Hmm.
Now, on the other hand, let's say we're talking about tattoo artists, artistry. Um, ang dali lang yan, sir. Mura lang yun naman yung gamit mo eh. Mura lang naman yung tinta, yung
Yun yung mga nakakainis.
so parang
Ah,
ako, putang ina mo, ikaw kaya bumili, ikaw kaya, o sige, ikaw bumili ka. Ganito gawin mo, bumili ka, tatuan mo yung sarili mo. Sabihin mo kung madali. Pagsablayan, sorry. Okay, you might wanna go ahead and visit other artists. Now, in music, let's say ito si Sir Je.
mm.
Let's say how much do you charge in a ballpark figure, Sir Je? Mga 10, 'di ba? Per event.
Ay hindi naman. I go lower than that kasi ano naman, eh, ako naman
Mataas
kasi
mataas ang rating
oo,
natin, 'di ba? So, let's say you play
ayoko naman ayoko munang taasan baka walang
oo,
magpa-book.
parang parang si Paco,
Masama
alam mo sino yan, si Paco. Sir Paco, if you're listening right now, is one of our, co-host here actually, si Paco
oo.
Photography. Isa siya sa
Uy, photography.
nakikipagkwentuhan dito madalas. So, alam mo yun, ayaw niya sabihin yung charges, yung magkano yung nagastos niya sa camera, parang ganyan lang yun, eh. Oo,
Ako
ayaw pa ni
din,
Sir Jay i-explain kung may charges niya, yan.
ayoko pa, hindi. Hindi kasi
Oo,
ano naman, eh, when it comes to charging the rate, ano kasi, eh, ako hangga't maaari ina-avoid ko yung ano, eh, ina-avoid ko yung conflict between players. Kasi, um, alam mo yun, yung mamaya kasi sabihin ko, ako ang rate ko, 5K tapos biglang ano, yung kapwa mo musikero na ang pay pala ang singil pala niya 10K. Alam mo yun, para bang binigyan mo ikaw pa yung naging reason para hindi siya magkaroon ng gig. So, parang gano'n. Kaya on my part,
mm.
hindi ako nagdi-disclose ng ano, ng presyo. So, kumbaga yung presyo na lang talaga it's between me and the client, PM send kung sa ano nga, sa madaling
Mm.
salita, yun. Ano kasi, ako kasi, unang-una tinitingnan ko din yung mga kapwa musikero ko, eh. So,
Kumbaga ano,
ako oo, kumbaga ano, ito yung rate
walang
ko,
babangkas sa presyo, oo, walang
oo,
babanggas sa presyo.
ayoko na nung nag-aano ako. Pero minsan halimbawa nagtatanong sila, "Pre, magkano ba sisingilin ko dito sa client na ganito?" Pre, ganito singilin mo." Kumbaga inaano ko rin naman sila na singilin mo ng mataas.
Mm,
Halimbawa, "Pre, ano ko, BGC yung ano ko, yung gig ko, eh." Ah, Lalo na yung mga nagsisimulang ano, alam mo yun, yung mga nagsisimula palang ma-engage sa mga gig. "Pre, wedding ano, sa BGC daw." Sabi ko, "Ganito na lang gawin mo, you dress properly, you fix yourself, magdamit ka ng maayos and then singilin mo ng 12,000. Tapos pagka tumawad ng hanggang 8,000, o yun, pasok ka na nun.
yan.
Ano ka na nun, quota ka na nun." So,
Sabi ng comments natin, "All are compensated, wala ng libre bro." Oh, totoo yan, wala ng libre
oo,
ngayon, lahat
kaya ako
mahal.
ako naiinis talaga ako big no ako, ekis sa'kin. Sorry, although masama ang cancel society, pero sa'kin cancel talaga yung mga tao na alam mo yun, yung pre, tugtog ka naman sa ano, alam mo yun hindi mo sila ka-close, pero
Oo,
biglang ano pagka yung mangangailangan sila, alam mo yun unti-unting lumalapit sa'yo na ano, "Pre, lapit na kasal ko baka naman puwedeng ano." Ako, I do, free ano naman talaga, free gigs, free play, lalo na dun sa mga kaibigan ko, yung mga close close talaga
mm.
sa'kin, lalo na yung mga I mean yung ano naman. Pero alam mo na alam mo yun, tayong mga musikero nase-sense natin, alam mo yung biglang nagiging friendly, tapos
Exactly.
biglang sasabihin ano, "Pre, baka naman puwedeng ano, sagot ko na yung pagkain mo tsaka yung ano mo, yung
Or
transpo
at least
mo."
kasi ito na lang, eh, yun nga, eh, yun ang masama, eh, at least
Yun,
cover the transportation allowance and the food for those musicians. I'm sorry for the other meron akong mga ganyan na ano, eh, na mga time, eh, na although they are really close friends of mine. They were my
mm,
bandmates before, they play 'pag birthday ng ganito,
mm,
patutugtugin namin. Pero bibigyan namin. 'Pag sinabi namang bahala ka, okey, okey, bibigyan namin kung
mm.
magkano. But still, alam mo kahit magkano lang yan, kahit 1,000 yan, binayaran mo pa rin yung artist, 'di
Totoo,
ba?
totoo, totoo.
And kasi although mababa, kasi friend discount, right? But
Mm,
for the people who wants to book themselves like, musicians, like hardcore musicians, even alam mo yung mga, artists who made it to the top, ang laki ng
mm.
bayad niyan. As far as I remember
Totoo.
with parokya ni Edgar, they're I don't know, 250,000 for
Mm.
bamboo. It's 500,000. So we're not bamboo. We're not bamboo. We're not parokya, but it's the artistry that you're paying for. Really,
Exactly, exactly.
it's something that you have to compensate for sa mga artista, 'di ba? Hindi naman porket artista ay sikat na. Ang binabayaran
Mm.
mo diyan ay yung art nila, if it's not the art, at least compensate for the expenses that that specific artist
Yes, exactly.
bought. Yung saxophone, sir, magkano ang saxophone ngayon?
If you will buy a professional model saxophone, ang isang professional model saxophone ay nakakahalaga ng 100,000. Minsan
Oh,
umaabot pa ng 500,000. Well, pero in my case, ako ang gamit ko ang gamit ko it's ano naman siya, it's a vintage, saxophone
mm,
na kumbaga mura na lang din ngayon 'yun and, China-made saxophone at, yun nga sabi nga wala naman sa ano yun, wala naman sa pana yun, 'di ba, nasa Indian. So, nag-invest ako dun sa mouthpiece, yung hinihipan. So,
mhm.
dun ako nag-invest kasi yun yung ano ko, yun yung isa sa mga ano ko. Kasi unang-una ako, 'di naman ako mayaman, eh. 'Di ako makakabili ng ganyang kamahal na ano,
Oo,
ah, pagka ako nakabili ako ng mga ganyang kamamahal na ba, yun medyo umaangat na ako sa buhay talaga. And,
oo.
nag-i-invest ako sa mouthpiece. Dun ako ano,
I
kasi
see.
yun yung parang ano mo,
We
yun
can
yung
have
parang
that. Himayin natin mamaya yung saxophone, how kasi nung minessage ko si Sir Joy, nung nag-message siya,
ah,
nag-contact na kami, nag-connect na kami. In-explain ko sa kanya, guys who's listening, in-explain ko sa kanya what's gonna be brought upon the table sa podcasting. But definitely si Sir Jay, alam niya podcasting. Alam naman niya
yeah, yeah,
manonood
yeah,
ako.
yeah.
So, we will have a lot of topics here. Usually the podcast lasts for 3 hours nga eh, kwentuhan lang.
Oo,
But
kwentuhan.
for the saxophone. Kung kasi you mentioned earlier na vintage siya, mura na lang. Hindi ba siya katulad ng gitara na yung kunwari yung gitara mo is a vintage one, the price goes higher as the guitar gets older. Hindi ba siya
Eh,
gano'n sa saxophone?
ayun pala i-clarify ko yun. Yung akin kasi yung pagka-vintage niya, alam mo yun yung parang mga patapon na saxophone,
Ah,
yung mga sira na siya na ni-restore na lang. Pero yung
mm.
mga vintage saxophone na well-maintained, na hindi alam mo yun, hindi na ano yung lacquer niya, original yung iyon, that's worth, 1,000,000 talaga. Ah, that's worth, 500,000, napakamahal talaga nun. Pero yung akin kasi in my case, meron kasi akong nabilhan dito na repair shop na
Mm,
ano, na kumbaga ni-repair na lang niya yun, it's an old saxophone na na ni-restore lang niya para
mm,
magamit uli, para mabuhay ulit. So yun, nabili ko siya ng ano, ng mura. But, yun pala, let me be clear by that kasi halos karamihan ng mga professional saxophone, ang gamit nila ay mga vintage, vintage saxophone, lalo na yung ano, yung brand na Selmer, yun,
oo, wala kasi ako
it's
talagang
there.
alam sa brass instruments. I mean,
Ayun.
I want to invest more on that kung if time permits or
Mm.
if budget permits kasi yun yan. Ngayon pa lang natatakot na ako, 100,000 para sa saxophone.
Oo.
You buy a guitar worth 10,000, kaya questionin na ako ng misis ko niyan, yari na ako.
Oo, totoo.
Maganda
Kaya
ang
nga
dami
hindi
mo
ako
nakasabit
bumibili
sa
ng saxo
ang dami mo nakasabit sa wall mong gitara tapos ganyan ka pa, may mga naka-stand ka pa. Ano mo yan, sabay-sabay bang titipahin yan? But,
ayun.
for people who has, their significant others, a tip lang, if you're buying your stuff, make sure that you have enough budget for it. Especially if hilig yan, eh, 'di ba?
Mm,
Um,
mm.
tulad tulad ko, ang dami kong hilig sa buhay, 'di ba? Buti na lang hindi
Mm.
babae sa hilig ko. Yung mga
Ay,
magko-comment diyan
oo.
tumahimik na kayo,
Oo,
Um,
oo.
let's say yan, mga toys, artistry, mga ganyan. Kung ano-ano, vape, kung ano-ano binibiling, ano mo yun, yung iba, thankful ako, may mga nagpapadala ng libre, mga ganyan, parang i-plug mo or ganyan, what not. Pero yung sa mga, kasi ako, for example, bigyan ako ng libre for, let's say, pang sariling gamit. I'll make sure na maganda siya. Pag maganda siya, okay, I'll keep
Mm.
it. If not, I'm sorry, I have to sell it off. Ifa-funding ko siya eh, tapos bibili ko ng magandang talagang I know for myself na ito na yung gitara ko, ito na yung bass ko, ito na yung gagamitin kong gamit. So, does that apply for you as well? Parang ikaw, kunwari, um, let's say kumita ka ngayon, tapos yung saxophone mo, ina-upgrade mo rin ba siya?
Sa saxophone ang hirap mag-upgrade. napakamahal kasi.
Mm.
Pero ano, ako naman, just like you, I'm very thankful to have a wife na very supportive.
Supportive.
Napaka-supportive ng asawa ko. Um, ano, pagka sinabi ko, "Ma, makakabili kaya ako ng ganitong saxophone?" So, he already mentioned na, "Ano ka lang, tiyaga ka lang, makakabili ka din yan." So, I'm very thankful with that. I'm very blessed to have my wife with me.
What are
Tapos
the
ano,
moving parts? Sorry, sorry.
ha?
Sige, sige. Mamaya I'll put that on a,
Tapos yung pag-upgrade sa saxophone, actually ang sa ngayon hindi ako makapag-upgrade ng saxophone ko, eh. Gustuhin ko bang bumili kaso ang mahal. Kahit yung intermediate model napakamahal. Pero ano, nag-upgrade ako sa ano, nag-upgrade ako dun sa reed, yung parang kawayan na maliit na binabala
yan,
mo para tumanog.
topic yan. Gusto kong topic yan
Tapos
kasi,
uh,
what are the moving parts of the saxophone? Kasi kunwari ako sa being a guitarist, I change the pickups, I change the
mm,
strings from time to time. Actually, naputulan nga ako ng string kahapon.
mm,
Um, tawag diyan, I purchase strings, pinapalitan ko yung knobs, pinapalitan ko yung kung ano-ano, 'di ba? You upgrade.
mm,
There, those were called moving parts of an instrument. So for example, sa drums naman, palitan mo yung cymbals mo. For E-drums, you change the module and whatnot. For
mm.
saxophone, ano yung mga moving parts ng saxophone wherein you can upgrade?
Actually, sa saxophone naman, if you cannot basically, if you have a lot of money, you can upgrade your main saxophone, the body itself. There are times naman if you cannot afford to buy a new saxophone, what we did is ako in my case, nag-upgrade ako dun sa mouthpiece. It's the thing that you put into the saxophone para dun mo hihipan. Tapos
Mm,
those there are three, the ligature, yung reed, and then yung mouthpiece. So
mm,
those three are ano eh, magkakasama sila, sila yung mga magkakadikit. So yung
mm.
mouthpiece underneath of it, there is the reed, yung kawayan
Oo.
para tumunog. And
Legit
then
kawayan talaga. As in kawayan,
uh,
wood lang.
actually
Hmm,
it's a bamboo na wala dito sa atin. It's from other country pa. So yung maliit na kawayan na yon na nagkakahalaga ng 300 pesos ang isa,
wow.
ganun kamahal siya na kapagka nabali mo yung dulo na napaka-sensitive, ala na, hindi mo na siya magagamit ng ano, hindi na siya yung ganun sa performance niya. Although tutunog, pero you have to really take care of it. And then yung the ligature,
Mahal.
that is the lock. Yung lock na nag-ano, yung may knob. Yun yung nag-ano niya. Yun
Pero
yung
yung
nagla-lock in place.
mga keys na pinipindot, are they interchangeable? Gusto mo kunwari
Ah,
yun ngayon, mga gano'n.
hindi. They're not interchangeable.
I
What
see, I
is
see.
interchangeable for saxophone is the neck. Yung alam mo yun, yung nakaalon na ganun. The neck.
Oo.
Ayan, yun na-upgrade yun, nabibili na. There are neck
Kasi
na
nakikita ko
pure
mga
pure
ganyan,
silver. O yun, mga ganun.
pinapalitan nila yung kulay ng ganito, parang
Actually, sa
gano'n.
kulay, hindi.
Ah,
Oo. Sa amin kasi sa saxophone, parang it's a big sin if you change the color of your saxophone. Kasi yung
talaga?
metal quality. Oo, kasi yung metal quality niya, numinipis.
I
Kasi inaano
see.
yun, binabuff yan eh.
Oo,
Tapos if you spray another layer of lacquer, naiiba yung ano niya, naiiba yung projection.
yung projection. Pero,
That's why,
going back to the topic ng
ay, ay,
compensation, sa pagbabanda musiko ba, yung marching band na tinatawag, do you guys get compensated for it?
ano, maliit dun. Oo, pero ang binabayaran kasi dun, alam mo, yung experience mo na lang eh. Tsaka yung mga
Ah,
tropa mo, yung
tropa.
kalokohan nyo. Pero yung ano, yung if you're talking about compensation,
Mm,
actually, sila yung isa sa mga, alam mo yun, sila yung mga, isa sa mga minamaliit ng society na actually, napipikon ako kapag yung ano dati. Alam mo yun, yung tutugtog kami sa fiesta, tapos yung mga tao, aanuhan kami, yung lolokohin kami, alam mo yun, yung sisigawan ka, mumurahin ka, "Hoy, magsitugtog kayo, mga."
Mga
There
PI
there
kayo.
are Oo, mga
Oo.
PA kami. There was a time, actually yung mga nasa marching band na yun, you don't have to underestimate those people kasi some of them, mga ano yan, mga professional yan. Actually,
Oo nga, oo. Totoo,
oo,
totoo.
kasi ano, alam mo yun, nag-e-enjoy lang sila kasi sa marching band, isa sa mga matutuwa ka sa marching band ano, if you join the marching band, expect to it na lalakas ang katawan mo. Kasi you are walking all day long, sa buong barangay, pawis sa pawis ka, nauulanan ka, and then you still keep on walking, marching, while playing your instrument. So that is the end of marching band. And yet you will be compensated like 400, 500. Malaki na yung 500. But
Pwede
for a
nga.
beginner musician, you will be given 250, 150 kasi
Oo.
bago ka pa lang.
Weird
But
'no? Kasi
but
ano 'yan, eh, isipin
mm,
mo, for a marching band, yung sabi mo nga, hindi mo kailangan maliitin 'yan, eh. Alam mo, even military has their marching bands. Even
yes, yung mga
ano,
kasama ko is from the military. There was
talaga?
one time, oo, there was one time there's an engagement, the Hermano Mayor, yung Hermano Mayor.
Hmm.
Ano siya, sugod siya sa amin. It was 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock ng tanghali kasi dapat namamahinga na kami nun, eh, yung twelve
Sorry,
o'clock
what's
na yun.
for the viewers and listeners,
Oo.
Hermano Mayor is a
Yung
parang,
ano, sila yung
ah,
president ng piyesta, ayan. They are the in
oo,
charge.
oo.
So, one time, pinagalitan kami, sabi niya, "Bakit hindi kayo tumutugtog at hindi kayo maano, yun na nga lang ang hanap buhay niyo." Tapos ganyan pa. Tapos yung
Ouch.
ano, yung kasamahan ko na senior, um mabait naman yung approach niya. By the
Mm,
way, he is a retired Air Force, from the Philippine Air Force. And then sabi niya, "Wag mo naman kaming ano, wag mo naman kami maliitin. Hindi naman ito hanap buhay namin. Nag-aano lang kami, naglilibang lang kami, sa totoo lang, nagpapalakas lang kami ng katawan. And you don't have to say things like that." At tapos inisa-isa niya. Kasi nung time na yun kasama ko yung mga ka-bandmate ko. All of them are professionals na. Meron akong kasama na banda na engineer from Singapore na 'pag
mm,
nagbakasyon dito sasama siya sa marching band.
marching band.
Biruin mo, ang yaman na nun, but he still joins the marching band. Tapos, meron akong kasama na na seaman, meron from
Mm,
the military. Tapos, talagang yung ano, alam mo yung nagsalita sa amin is just a common guy na, I mean, sabi nga kung ipapantay mo dun sa mga kasama ko, eh, parang ano lang siya, siya yung mas maliit. Tapos ano, sagot nung kasama ko, "Bakit, ilan ang bahay mo?" Ginanon talaga siya, "Ilan ang lupa mo?" Ako, ang lupa ko 5. "I have a farm in Pampanga, I have a farm in Tagaytay, I have a rest house in Baguio." Wag mo
ano,
akong mamaliitin, wag mo so so yun,
may
kaya nga ano,
totoo ba
people yung
totoo ba yung sa marching band, let's say, lahat 'yan, everyone who's in the marching band, of course they play their own instruments, right? Do you
mm,
guys interchange instruments with each other?
hangga't maaari hindi, kasi kadiri.
Hindi literally na ano, kunwari ikaw, you play sorry,
Saxophone,
clarinet
clarinet.
and saxophone, eh. So, let's say absent si taga-clarinet, then you have extra saxophonist. Magpe-play ka ng clarinet, gano'n ba 'yun? Puwede ba 'yun?
Puwede yan, puwede yan. If you're a
Ayun.
doubler, kung kaya
Pero
mo
hindi
ng
naman yung
double ins.
pareho tayo.
Oo, kasi commonly merong gano'n. Alam mo 'yun, yung hihipan ko yung clarinet mo, hipan mo yung saxophone ko, palit tayo.
Mahirap guys, kung yung mga nasa marching ba, huwag niyong gagawin ngayon yan, pandemic, so
Ah, oo,
but,
'wag
you
ngayon,
know,
'wag ngayong
bilib
pandemic.
ako diyan kasi especially for the people or the band players who carry the bass, yung malalaki, and
Mm.
ang hirap nun while you're ano yun,
Yeah.
naglalakad ka, gumagano'n ka. So, even the cymbals, alam mo yung cymbals, tinry ko dati yan, eh, kasi nung college ako, I used to play team B sa Emilio Aguinaldo College. Nag-tryouts
Oo,
ako. May mga masamang nangyari, then inano nila ako na mag-ano ka, mag-drum and lyre ka. That's why I got engaged with snare drums, yung mga
oo.
gano'n. Yung mga bass players, ang lalaki niyan, they're buff, ang laki, bit-bit nila yung malaking ano,
Oo,
sabi nila,
bass.
subukan mo nga, buhatin mo yung bass. Alam mo yung wala pa akong, I guess wala pa akong 15 seconds to 20 seconds, nagrereklamo na ako, ang sakit sa braso. So, for the listeners right now, please pay respect to this marching bands. Hindi siya biro,
Yes.
birong
Actually,
trabaho.
it's not marching band ano, pay respect to every musicians and every
Yep,
performers.
totoo.
Lalo na yung mga ano, alam mo yun, yung mga sa'min ano, eh, sa'min kasi nasa labas kami, eh. Ang
Mm,
ako talaga naaawa ko alam mo yung mga session musicians, yung mga tumutugtog sa bar, yung mga ano,
oo.
actually naawa ako kapagka yung alam mo yun, yung binabastos sila, yung kapagka nag-request, alam mo yung magbibigay ng 50 tapos akala mo pag-aari ka na nila. Eh, dun ako na ano, dun ako na-o-offend, dun ako na naiinis, dun ako na Alam mo 'yun, yung bang akala mo alipin lang sila. That's why I'm dreaming that one day people should be educated of what music really
Oo.
is.
Actually, magandang
Actually,
topic yan. Let's open
the
that up.
reason actually ano, the reason why there are people who exist, the reason why those people exist na ang tingin nila sa mga musicians, sobrang baba lang. It started in ano talaga, in your school.
Oo.
Kasi, yung nagturo sa'yo wala ding alam sa music. That's why you
Oo.
don't appreciate music.
Actually,
That's
sinabi
why
nga
the
ni
o
ni Sir
'pag
Ross yan,
oo,
na, dapat pagka-ano ka, let's say conservatory, so magmu-musician ka, gano'n. Parang may alam mo yun, may stigma of, musician ka, parang gano'n.
mm.
Nagbabanda ka. So, ano mapapakain mo? Parang gano'n. Usually, parang what are yung mga disrespectful words that you hear
Yes,
people?
ang dami disrespectful word, ang dami.
Oo.
Nakakaano, one time when I was in college, kasi kami
Mm.
libre kami sa tuition fee. Alam mo yun
Oo.
pagka kukuha kami ng test permit, o-overtaken namin yung mga nakakapila sa
Oo,
finance.
kasi ano yan,
Oo, kukuha lang kami ng permit.
kumbaga sa sport, ano yan, guys, eto pa, when you're a player or a musician way back in college or high school, yun nga, tama si Sir Jed dyan, nagiging scholar din yung
Scholar
mga yan.
ka, oo.
Scholar and musicians. So, one way or the other, even dancers get compensated for their
Yes,
college
oo.
time. Um, Imagine that respect that you can gain as a musician. That's different. Pero may ibang tao talaga sobrang bastos sa musician yan eh. Di
Oo,
ba?
actually sila yung sobrang bobo talaga. Alam mo yung one time eka sa'kin nung Bulakenyo ako, sorry, I have the accent of eka.
Oo.
Sorry, I'm I'm releasing the Bulakenyo power.
Guys, lumabas yung pagka-Bulakenyo ni Sir Jay, oh.
Oo,
Magiging ano,
to all our
kasi
listeners, when you say eka, that means, sabi nila, okay?
oo,
So sabi nung
ika ika nga nila.
nung isang classmate ko, sabi niya, niloloko niya ako, sabi niya, "Uy, boy torotot." Ginanon niya ako. Tapos,
Oo, bastos,
sabi ko, "O, di ako naman, okey lang, sige, you call that torotot, whatever." Ako din minsan kasi tawag ko torotot. Sabi niya, "Wala ka eka kahapon." Eka, "Wala ka
Oo.
kahapon.
Mm.
Nagbenta ka na naman ba ng hangin?" Tapos gano'n sabi niya. Sabi ko, "Oo, nagbenta akong hangin, wala kasi akong pambaon ngayon."
Oo, oo.
Tapos, tapos nakita ko siya nakapila dun sa promissory note, yung mga humihingi ng
Oh.
promissory note. Tapos sabi ko tapos sinabi ko, "Hoy dukha." Ginanon ko na lang. "Hoy dukha, ano ka, bakit?"
Promissory note pa lang tapos kami
Sabi ko, "Oh, ano gagawin mo diyan?"
libre.
Promissory note muna eka ako kasi hindi pa eka na eto na naman yung eka. Hindi pa
Oo,
kasi wala pa daw kasing pambayad. Sabi ko, "Okey. Ako ito na yung permit ko, oh."
oo. Ako
So
din meron pa ako natutupad doon.
ah, nakakalungkot talaga when people are disrespecting musicians. Actually, disrespecting is really bad, okay? Whether
Whether yes,
you're
whether
a musician or not. But,
mm,
me as a musician, I'm seeing the reality na napakababa talaga ng tingin sa mga musicians.
mm,
Alam mo 'yun, I have, my fellow bandmate, singer. Actually, maganda kasi siya.
mm.
Maganda yung itsura niya and, yung mga sequencer kung tawagin.
Oo, oo,
Oo,
oo,
'yun. Kumanta sila sa isang event and, ang guest dun is a politician. Tapos alam mo 'yun, yung tipong kumikembot na, hinahawakan na sa
oo.
parte ng katawan. So, that's very foul. Alam mo 'yun, wala kang magawa dahil, alam mo 'yun, yung bayad namin para bang binayaran na yung pagkatao mo.
Oo, pero hindi naman porket binayaran mo yung tao, you can do
Oo,
whatever. Sana kung ganyan, nag-ilaw-ilaw ka na lang, bayaran mo yung babae
oo, totoo.
'di ba, KTV nga,
Gano'n
'di ba?
actually iyon ang tingin ng mga ako na-o-offend ako minsan kapagka yung alam mo yun, yung 'pag
Ay,
nagtanong ng
share ko yan,
'pag
meron kang, for the listeners, you know this part in Parañaque, Parañaque, Baclaran area. Vmar, the bar is called, oy, lap trip 'to. Vmar Lady is a bar
oo,
in Parañaque wherein, you know, para siyang Hooters, para siyang
Hooters
Hooters.
yung mga
Pero hindi sila nakadamit naman ng maayos. May banda diyan, magaganda yung kumakanta. Kasi in order for you to enter the VMAR, yung lead, yung frontman mo dapat may itsura. Kasi
Mm.
ano nga siya, katabi siya ng red light district ng Parañaque. So, kung ikaw mismo yung tao na gusto mo manood dun, you'll enjoy the music as well as the view, parang gano'n. So, ang tao, feeling nila 'pag pumasok sila dun, puwede nilang i-table yung mga kumakanta. Which is a completely different phase of hindi siya yung again, hindi siya ilaw-ilaw na puwede mong i-table, eh. So, I have one friend, I won't ano na lang yung pangalan. Nag-VMAR kami that time. So, ang galing nung banda. Ako, I was there for siyempre bata ka, you were there for the girls, but once I entered the bar, iba siya. Parang Broadway style na tugtugan. Sabi ko, "Uy,
Mm.
okey 'to, ah." 'Di inom, ganyan, ganyan. Nalasing yung barkada ko, tinawag niya, baka puwede daw i-table. Alam mo sinagot sa kanya nung ano, isang waitress. Sabi niya, "Sir, hindi naman po porket pumasok kayo sa ganitong itsurang bar, bastusan na." Ginanon siya. Sabi
Oo.
niya, "Bakit? Babae yan, binabayaran yan." Sabi ko, "Bro, hindi hindi naman lahat ng bar na pinapasok natin. This is a ah, parang music ano siya, music inclined na bar siya, hindi siya ano."
Mm.
So, gusto lipat na lang tayo sa kabilang bar. Sabi ko, "Wag na dito, kung ganyan mambabastos lang tayo." Kasi it's really again, disrespectful times for artists wherein yung mga vocals na yan, yung mga lead vocals na yan, hindi porket umakyat sa stage yan, kailangan mo ng bastusin o puwede mo ng bastusin porket binabayaran. So, it's not good, you know?
Hindi talaga.
For you, sir, meron ka bang disrespectful time na nangyari sa'yo as a musician?
Ako every event, na eto yung mga disrespectful moment sa'kin, Alam mo yun, associated na ng saxophone na ano, 'pag
Oo.
nakita, "Uy, you're playing saxophone. Sir, tugtog ka naman ng Careless Whisper diyan." Although hindi naman siya ano, ah,
Benchmark.
hindi naman siya, tawag dito, hindi naman siya actually talagang nakakaano, pero yun yung naiinis ka everytime na tutugtog ka sa lahat ng mga tutugtugan mo, yun lagi hinihiling sa'yo.
Oo, lagyan mo clause sa contract na 'pag disrespectful ang guest or they harass you, you can step away and be fully paid.
Fully
Yan,
paid.
coming from Sir Paco, 'pag yan 'pag nagso-shoot yan, ang daming yan, marami kang maririnig na mga kuwento na kunwari ako, I do shoots as well. Alam mo yung mga tao na nag-o-overlap sila dun sa photographer, tapos they're doing the point and shoot camera ng mga cellphone nila. 'Pag yung sinabihan kunwari kami sabi, "Sir, baka puwede pong kunan muna namin yung bagong kasal or what not or yung bagong binyag o kung sino man." Sasabihin pa nung ano, "Bakit binabayaran ka dito para kumuha kang ibang anggulo, ah." Kaya nga ako
Wow!
nandito para kumuha ka ng magandang anggulo yan, eh. O gusto mo ikaw humawak nitong camera, kunan mo, dalhin mo yung lights tsaka yung ano, yung boom. Okey na
So, sir, you're a photographer din pala 'no?
yes,
Tama ba?
yes, yes.
Yes, ako
So,
din.
I'm into lights, sounds, lahat.
Oo. Ako
Music.
naman ako naman
Ito ba
ano,
yung project dikit siya, eh,
music
oo.
and photography.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So yan si
Nice,
Sir
ayos,
Paco Manalo, yan madalas kami nagkakayaan mag-shoot. You can check his, or subscribe to his channel, Paco M Photography. Um, Solid kasi yung mga kinukunan niya yung mga restaurants na magpapa-promote na gano'n.
Wow.
So, solid. Ayaw nga niya sabihin sa'kin, "Bro, magkano nagastos mo?" "Ay, kasi nandito yung wife ko, yari ako." Bubulungin. Okey. So anyhow, yun, kasama yan sa being disrespectful. Even hindi lang siya again, coming from a teacher si Sir Je Gonzales, ang being disrespectful doesn't only apply with artists. You have to be you have to be respectful for all people, hindi lang
For
talaga
all
sa
people.
hindi lang sa mga artist. Pero ang topic namin kasi ngayon, is how ano yun, yung mga disrespectful times while you were playing, while you're doing your niche or whatnot. Dito sa podcasting alam mo swerte lang talaga, walang walang disrespectful na mga comments, walang ano kasi nakikinig na lang kayo
Yes.
pero kung gusto niyong hindi libre, andiyan yung GCash number sa hayop sa plugging, eh, 'no? Andiyan yung GCash
Yun.
number, if you're enjoying shows from Music Aaron Unit, you can help us, first, you can help us to be monetized through our social media channels. You can visit us through Buzzsprout. Download nyo lang i-download yung mga episodes namin. You can check on our YouTube channel and subscribe, Music Airing Unip. Lahat ng Facebook or lahat ng social media namin is Music Airing Unip. And of course, ang JNG Cash number, pagmamahal, yo, mag-send lang kayo.
Yun.
Ang dagdag
09.
26729084. And yeah, you can help the podcast channel on improving again, thank you very much for all who sponsored the channel for the mic. Yung audio mixer actually regalo siya. It's still for the purpose of this I don't want to say blogging or whatnot. It's for the purpose of the podcasting plus the lights, of course. Yan yung mga nakuha na natin. And for the sponsors pala, yung mga nanalo ng ating Zerca's dad or Zerca's sauce. Ito siya. Sesend na natin yan starting tomorrow. Lahat na nanalo. We have picked our three winners from the three podcast guest, special podcast guesting. Nasa akin na yung names. And for the winners of the Tapsi Project, 10% off for their tawag dyan, pag kumain sila sa Tapsi Project. So visit them at BFRV Las Piñas. Andyan sila sa tabi nila yung Ramenishi na restaurant. So bago sila mag black scoop na ano pearl milk tea kind of stuff. So yun. Congratulations sa mga nanalo nito. And
Yeah.
dun sa isa pa nating sponsor, si Black Empire Vape Shop, they will be releasing their merchandise really, really soon. Actually, pinakita na sa akin and there will be a couple of sponsors be coming in for the merchandise. Ngayon pa lang, thank you kung large yung size ko. So, pasensya nyo na. Medyo mahal ang large sizes. Buti nga hindi pa hihingi ng XL. Pero hindi ko sila hinihingian. Nagbibigay na lang talaga sila. Um, So going back yun, yung 0926721908 if you love the channel, just sponsor whatever the amount is, pagmamahal na lang. Ayan. So going
Yeah.
back to the topic yan, disrespectful times while we are playing. Ako, sir, may kikwento ako. Meron, eto,
Yeah.
totoo to. Baguio days namin, tumutugtog kami dyan sa 18 BC, tinatawag sa Baguio. It's a reggae bar. Now,
Mm.
I was playing guitars that time. I was in college. May umakyat, pare. Um, Okay sana kung babae, eh, 'di ba? Lalaki, he took
Mm.
off his shirt, lumapit sa'kin, ginilingan ako. Hindi ko
Wow.
puwede sapakin kasi mainstay kami dun sa bar, eh. So, hindi ko puwedeng saktan. Kasi tangina baka mamaya pagbalik ko dun may alam mo yun, malay mo pulis, eh, 'di ba or ano. So,
Mm.
tinulak ko lang siya and then what he said is, "Tangina mo tumutugtog ka lang dito, binabayaran ka ng bar." Sabi ko, "Sir, yun nga po, eh. We're making a living tapos ginaganyan mo kami." Sabi ko. Buti na lang mabait yung bouncer, yung mga nandun, yung mga security, inilabas nila together with the whole
Mm.
crew. 'Tong mga kolokoy na 'to, nag-abang pa sa labas. So sabi ko,
Wow.
ako hindi ako natatakot, eh. Hindi ako natatakot. Sabi ko, "Tangina nitong mga 'to, eh, 18 BC ang lapit sa bahay."
Oo.
Sabi ko nag-alert na ako. Minsan baka pag ano, pa-trouble ako kasi may mga nangungulit sa bar, ganyan, ganyan. In good faith, lumabas ako. I was smoking. Smoker pa ako nung panahon na yun. I was smoking, lumabas ako. Lumapit yung isang tropa nila. Sabi, "Bro, pasensya na dun sa ano." Yun pala, kaya nila ako inabangan to say
Humingi ng
sorry kasi
pasensya.
they wanna go back inside para to enjoy music. Sabi ko, "Sir, alam mo kung ganyan ka disrespectful yung barkada mo, no one walang bar na tatanggap sa inyo dito sa loob ng Baguio City." And turns out sila mga taga baba and you know, ano sila turista, eh, tapos gano'n sila umarte. Ako hindi naman ako turista sa loob ng Baguio City kasi taga do'n kami.
Mm.
Pero hindi naman ako taga do'n talaga do'n din ako do'n lumaki. Pero may bahay ako do'n, we were residents of Baguio City. But alam mo 'yun, kakanti ka ng mga nandiyan, putya hindi mo alam titirahin ka niya, eh, turista ka,
Baka
'di ba?
mamaya may gripo ka na sa tagliran mo.
Oo, pero ako I was really kasi kahit naman maliit ang Baguio City, you don't know everyone, eh. So baka ako nangilag din ako, baka pulis 'yan or what not. Ah, so ako parang hindi naman ako tatakot sabi ko pero alam mo yun respeto na lang dun sa loob ng bar. So nung
Yeah,
nag-yosi
yeah,
ako
exactly.
so sabi ko, "Pare kung ganyan kayo kabastos walang tatanggap na bar sa inyo dito. So kahit mag-spades kayo, sa spades dun puwede kayong mambastos dun pero malamang uupakan kayo bago kayo lumabas dun." Gano'n. Pero alam mo yun, sobrang daming disrespectful na mga tao especially sa bar. I remember one time dito sa ano naman, Roadhouse sa may MOA. Katabi nun is maalala kong Gilligan's pa, basta merong bar yan, eh, nakatabi. Pier 1 or Gilligan's. May tumutugtog diyan. Pare, alam mo yung tugtugan niyo is mainstream, eh, yung alam mo yung sumayaw sumunod, mga gano'n. Pero I was not playing with the band that time. Kumbaga viewers kami nila misis. Alam mo yung isang grupo, they requested metal songs dun sa ano, kasi yung kabataan,
Mm.
eh. They were requesting, ano tawag dito, Halik ni Judas ni Wolfgang.
Oo.
Sabi ko okay lang sa'kin, I'll listen to that kasi I used to cover their songs pero this is not the right avenue for for playing music like that. So sabi ko sa misis ko, "Tingnan mo gulo 'to," sabi ko. Kasi hindi naman nila ano 'yan, eh. So sabi ng vocalista yung lead vocals nung banda, sabi niya, "Sir, pasensya na po kasi hindi po talaga kami tumutugtog ng ganyan. Hangga't maaari bibigyan ko po kayo ng halos kaparehas ng tunog nila." So, okay. Ako, marunong yung vocalista, marunong mag-explain ng side nila. Parang tumayo yung nag-request, Sabi, "Oh, ito
Hmm.
500 ginagawa niya. Ito 500 tugtugin mo 'yan." Buti na lang alam nila, alam mo yun, pero that's not the right avenue. Pero tinugtog nila, parang ako, putang ina na ito, hindi lahat ng musikero dapat ginaganyan. Eh, ako gusto ko ng mga ilam, pero sabi ni miss ko, "Hindi, wag na, hayaan mo na lang sila." Sabi ko, ano 'yan, troublemaker yung mga ganyan, eh. Pero sa inyo, sir, kayo, ikaw mismo habang sa kasal, nabastos ba kayo sa kasal?
Luckily, hindi naman.
Oo,
Good thing hindi naman. Kasi sa kasal, hindi naman nakafocus yung attention dun sa ano eh, sa musicians eh. Dun sa mga celebrants sila nakaano eh. But
oo,
yun nakakatuwa. Yun lang talaga. Kaya on my part naman, hindi ako tumutugtog din sa sa mga bar, sa mga ano. Kasi ano ako eh. Ako mamaya takaw gulo din pala ako, hindi.
oo,
Hindi, tsaka hindi rin kaya ng katawan ko sa mga bar. Pero sa mga event naman, yun, going back, nakakatuwa. Wala namang mga nambabastos, walang the good point naman sa mga event musicians, there are some guests na, alam mo yun, when they appreciate you, makikijam sila, pero they will give something, mga ganun naman. Yun na nakakatuwa sa event industry.
oo,
Um,
ganda, eh.
y-
For events, yeah, for events, guys, you can book, if you want to book Sir Je Gonzales for events like weddings and
yeah, wedding,
message
birthdays,
Gonzales,
etc.
yes. He's in
Yes.
Bulacan and pwedeng dumayo yan hanggang sa Cotabato pa.
Yun, oo.
Pero
All
sagot niyo pa
around,
yung
all around.
sagot niyo pa yung ticket niya. And again, please pay mad respect for all these musicians, especially for marching bands. Ay pucha, sabi ko sa inyo. Ako mismo
well, actually,
makakaawat
well,
ng
actually ako talaga mas ko eh. Mas ako, I pay respect to people who sing in the bar. Ako talaga, ako sa kanila, two hands up talaga ako sa kanila kasi alam mo yun, for them to have something to put in the table for their family. Alam mo yun, talagang sinisikmura nila yung minsan yung mga nambabastos na kasi yun yung nila eh. So ako, saludo ako sa mga sa mga session musicians, sa mga bar musicians. You get my my full respect, guys. Dahil kasi
sa inyo.
hindi biro yung ginagawa nyo. Ginagawa nyo
Oo,
umaga yung magdamag.
tawag.
I mean,
Buti nga
para din
sinabi
kayo
mo,
mga call center agent. Grabe.
buti nga sinasabi mo nasisikmura mo, eh. Ako sinisikmuraan ko yung mga ganyan. Kulit mo, 'di ba?
Mahirap eh,
Actually,
tsaka nakakaano eh.
actually sa mga lahat ng mga naging guest ko na who are who made it to the top, nananadyak sila ng mga makukulit na umaakit sa stage.
Oo.
Talagang sinisipa nila, talagang sinisipa. Kasi merong alam mo, naging topic din 'to, yung how disrespectful crowd are. Merong umaakit
Mm.
sa stage, inaagaw yung mic, tatamaan yung vocal sa nguso nung mic. Sabi niya pumuputok yung
Mm.
uso. Kunwari tinatadyakan nila yun, 'di ba? So, hindi porket tumutugtog yung mga yan, kulitin niyo na hindi. No, you have to pay
Hindi.
respect. Even me ako, if I watch gigs or yung mga metal scene, mga ganyan, I don't go to the mosh pit, I don't go sa stage unless tinawag ako, yung mga gano'n. Pero hanggang do'n lang ako sa baba, manonood ako, uupo ako, kukuha kong beer, manonood lang ako. Hindi ako makikikulit. Main reason is I paid for this gig to watch my favorite artist perform, hindi hindi para sa makipagkulitan sa inyo.
Another thing there is the other form of disrespect naman eh. There's the other
Mm.
form of disrespect. I hope you agree with this. Meron talagang mga tao na alam mo yun, yung kapag hindi nila trip yung genre ng tugtugan mo, ang tingin sa'yo, hindi ka magaling. Ganun. Ako kasi I'm an open guy when it comes to different genres of music. Alam mo, one time, may narinig ako kumanta ng mga heavy metal talaga. Tapos alam mo, yun yung talaga nagga-growl siya. Alam mo
Mm.
yung may katabi ko dun, sabi nung stranger, sabi niya, "Ano ba naman ba 'yan? Boses demonyo na eka yan." Sabi ko, "Galing nito na-engkwentro ng mga demonyo Ako hanga ako kasi sabi ko, "Grabe, ang galing ng throat nito, ang galing ng lalamunan nito." Sabi ko, "Galing." Ako galing na galing ako. Tapos sabi nung
Gusto ko yung
katabi
hirit
ko,
gusto ko yung hirit mo, Sir Jay, eh. Ang galing
oo,
nito. ng demonyo.
Oo, sabi ko, "Ayos 'tong mas ayos ka ako 'tong katabi ko kasi itong katabi ko narinig na kako boses ng demonyo." Ako
Oo.
ako
Ako,
hanga ako dun sa nagpe-perform.
yun nga, yung topic namin Sir Russell, eh. Sabi ko, "Sir, buti hindi ka nahihirapan." Sabi niya, "May certain muscles that I have to adjust with." Alam mo, kasi si Sir Russ, if you listen to Sky Church, lahat yan growl, lahat yan scream, lahat, it's like
Yeah,
Pantera. And then, alam mo, parang ako, regular Joe na kumakanta, hindi ko kaya yung ginagawa niya, 'di ba? So,
mahirap,
kung kayo,
mahirap.
kung ayaw niyo sa metal, then don't listen to metal. Just don't give out your opinions loudly kasi nakakasakit din kayo ng damdamin na nag-appreciate ng kanta na
Totoo.
yun. So, ang
Eh,
daming form of
grabe.
totoo yan,
Mm.
totoo yan.
Pero yung mga ano na yun, ako, this is ano, hindi 'to ka-plastikan, pero ako, another two thumbs up sa mga performers na gano'n, sa mga ano, sa mga banda
Metal.
na gano'n ano. Ako kasi sa'kin ano, eh, there's no such thing as evil music, okey? Kasi,
Meron.
let me quote ano naman, let me quote it ano, okey. Meron kasing mga tao na ano, usually eto ako, I'm a church guy, I'm a church, person. I play in the church, I know church music. I know some, I mean, I'm a musician kasi purely by heart. And
Mm,
I've been exposed to different kind of music. I've heard and watched different performance from different bands of different genres. And I pay respect to those people, and
mm.
alam mo, hanga-hanga ako sa kanila kasi uh, alam mo yung mga naghe-headbang.
Oo,
Eh, grabe, sabi ko, "Grabe, titibay ng mga leeg nitong mga ito." Sa'kin yun, sakit na bata ko kung ako gumanon. So, I have that thought ano. Para sa'kin kasi there are no ano, ulitin ko, there are no, hindi evil music pala. There are no evil musicians.
oo.
Okay. It may sound evil to others, but for me, music is music. You cannot
Actually,
you
ano, eh,
cannot say that ano, you cannot
remember
say
'di
that.
ba, ang post ko
Mm,
dito is about, church musicians. I'm inviting church musicians to be
mm,
a guest here in the podcast channel. Kasi the most recent guest is a metalhead talaga siya. As in sobrang
mm,
metal. Aside from being compensated on the church or something, this is something that I want to go ahead and talk about, eh. Is metal genre being stereotyped as devil music, 'di ba? Kasi ikaw, yun nga na nasabi mo, buti pinasok mo siya. As in pasok na
mm,
pasok sa mga topic to be discussed here in the podcast channel, wherein is metal genre being stereotyped as a devil music? Kasi eto totoong totoong storya 'to. Ang sabi ng lola ko, "Eh, mga pinakinggan mo, devil-devil 'yan, devil-devil." Gaganon ako, "Masama 'yan,
mm,
demonyo-demonyo." Sabi ko, "It doesn't necessarily mean they're screaming. It's the music of the devil, 'di ba?" Alam mo 'yun?
mm.
There might be evilish music,
It
that
can be stereotyped as devil music kung sa lyrics mo, nagwo-worship ka sa demonyo,
oo,
okay. Kung ang laman ng lyrics mo, it's all about, worshiping the devil, then definitely that is devil music.
mm,
Um, Tawag dito, kapagka, ah, if the lyrics of your song contain some, alam mo 'yun, yung about life, about, tragedy, about, kasi sa totoo lang, if you're a musician and you want to express the tragic, moment in your life, napakahirap i-explain ng ano, ng happy music, eh, 'di ba?
oo,
So definitely there are people, mostly yung mga people na of this genre, they're the deep people who are making balance in the music world, ang musika hindi lang, it's not just about love, it's not just about happy thoughts. In music you will also hear about agony, you will hear about sorrow, you will hear about pain that people needs to understand.
exactly,
Okay?
exactly.
Hindi siya ano, eh, hindi mo dapat stereotype as devil music ang metal music. Metal metal, heavy
Mm,
metal, death metal talks about death,
oo, exactly.
on how a person experienced death. Ako minsan kasi naiinis ako, sorry, patawarin ako ng mga kapwa ko Kristiyano. There are
Mm,
Christians na sabi, "Pre, wag mong pinapakinggan yung kanta na yan, satanic ano yan. Baliktarin mo ika yung ano, yung play." Sabi ko, "Eh, sira pala ulo mo, eh. Ba't papaliktarin mo yung play? Ang sarap-sarap nung ano ko, nakikinig ako tapos i-stressin mo ako na ano, babaliktarin ko yung pag-play ng ano, ng music. Eh, ikaw na lang bahala ka. If you look
Sorry,
at it as a
sorry.
satanic music,
Meron
it's
akong
up to you."
mumurahin dito sa ano, meron akong mumurahin dito sa show. This is a guy who put a comment, "Do you feel somewhat responsible since your people made COVID happen?" Hey, fuck you, man. If you don't want to listen, then fuck off, man. We're not Chinese. We are here to enjoy and share music things. We're not here to engage with your nonsense shit, man. If you
Do
don't
you feel somewhat responsible since your people made COVID happen? I
first of
guess
all,
that's your
like,
people.
we're not
No one has to be
technically
blamed with this one.
we're
Peace,
not the one
yo.
we're not the one who made COVID happen at first. We're not even, we don't, it's just a prank. All right. I thought I'm
All
gonna go
right,
again.
all right. Okay.
All right.
I love you
Anyway,
guys.
we didn't had COVID happen basically in the first place. Secondly, COVID is not a discussion right now. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we didn't have it happen. We didn't no, it's not our fault at first place. We're not even a fan of it. We hate it. Personally, I hate it, man. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a good place to do pranks, man. Sorry. And but if you don't want to listen, then f off, man. Anyhow, yeah. Um, Going back to the topic is metal genre being stereotyped as devil music. Then alam mo yun,
Hindi.
depende talaga siguro sa ano. Pero gago yun, yung nagsabi na, "'Di, wag mong pakinggan yan, baliktarin mo yan." Tanga ka ba?
Oo.
Pero like
Ah,
ngayon, magandang magandang usapan 'to kasi sabi nila when you play, ano pangalan nito, si Led Zeppelin, when you backmask daw yung buong album,
hmm,
it's gonna sound like someone's worshiping devil. Sabi ko, "Ah,
no,
ano mo?"
no, 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 no. It's a big no. When you
Oo.
hear the music of Led Zeppelin,
Hmm,
it talks about different emotions, emotions that were not tackled in
oo.
other genres of music.
Mm.
Eh, you're talking about ano, sabi nila stereotype, devil music, eh. Yung bang mga pinapakinggan niyo, halimbawa yung mga artist nakita niyo, Make a Bit, kung sino-sino
Oo.
yung mga ano, 'di ba devil works yun? It's an evil work. So, guys,
Ano yan,
please enlighten
parang
your mind of what
namin naman.
the genres of music.
Kasi ang ano yan, the main reason why I put that as a topic here in UNIP kasi alam mo yun, karamihan nga, totoo yan. I'll be stereotype. Ako na stereotype ako na metal ka, demonyo ka, gano'n.
Mm.
Parang demonyo yung metal sa genre, sabi ko. Puwede sana, alam mo yun, kung saka-sakali may sungay na dapat si ganito. And even the rock sign daw is a devil horn, sabi ko, "No, it's not," sabi
Ano yun, eh, actually iba-iba ng ano, sabi nga, let's just respect those people who are calling it a work of devil. Ako
oo,
kasi, for me, the work of devil is that when it draws you far from the Lord. Okay,
oo,
let's talk about ano naman ano. The devil work kasi is that when you already drowned with something na ano, eh, alam mo yun yung malalayo ka na sa ano, sa mabuti. So that is
dito.
if if that music is there's a lyric na or lyric na associated, sabi nga mapa ano man 'to, poetic ang dating na
Hmm,
nagwo-worship sa demonyo, eh, that is definitely devil music. But, hey, Enter the Sandman is not devil music at all. Hotel California, it's not music at
oo.
all. It's not
Hindi
devil music at all.
music, oo. Actually, yung Enter
Sinasabi
Sandman on how can you parang ano yan, eh, help me guys on this. The way I understand it is it's more on, ano tawag dito? Hindi ka makatulog. Ano tawag diyan?
oo,
Merong ano tawag dito? Sorry for the
insomnia.
term. Insomnia. May insomniac yung kanta na yun, eh. I cannot
Oo,
sleep, parang gano'n. There's something under my bed, parang ganyan.
mm.
Um, maybe you're scared to go to sleep and, sleep paralysis yung datingan. So, I'm not sure if that's correct. Kung that's how I decipher the song, parang gano'n.
Ako naman, the way I understand that song kasi it's a form of ano, parang being scared. I am scared of the dark na
Oo,
I can't sleep at, hindi ako makaano, I mean yung natatakot ako because of
Oo,
ano, I don't want to be alone. So yun yung ano, yun yung emotion ng music, eh.
oo,
Yun yung
tama,
ano
tama.
niya.
Pero yung yun nga kasi yung mga tatanda 'pag sinabi nilang you're listening to Metallica, eh, demonyo na. Sabi ko, "Hindi naman." You
Hindi
know?
naman, hindi,
The
hindi.
four technically ito, the Four Horsemen of, Metallica. The
Mm.
Four Horsemen is ano yun, it's a biblical thing, eh. You know, the Four Horsemen who help, to fight the devil. Oh, sorry, ako sabi ko nga, I don't wanna talk about religion, but it's part of religion wherein Four Horsemen, hindi sila demonyo, they're the one who fought devil, right? Ewan ko kung tama, Ako, sorry, hindi
So
ako
hindi ako makakapagbigay ng ano diyan, eh, kasi,
have that
hindi ko siya ano,
opinion.
hindi ko ayokong magkaroon ng ibang, impression sa mga ano, sa
Oo,
mga tao
tama.
ano. So sabi
Pero
nga, let's just in my own opinion, metal, whether whatever genre you are playing, it's not the devil
mm,
music, okay?
tama, tama. Yun na lang, depende na lang talaga sa lyrics yan, eh. I mean,
Oo, depende sa lyrics.
obviously your lyrics contains, "Hey, I am the son of Satan," mga gano'n. Eh,
Oo, it
hindi
can
talaga.
drive you by the devil to create
Oo,
that kind of music. But
exactly. Pero
sabi nga,
what I think
let's
about it is
dig deeper.
what I think about the lyrics of those metal songs is more on the hatred side, wherein
Yeah.
like, ako hindi ako lyricist. My listeners know me well, wherein I can't write music. As in, hindi ako
Mm.
marunong magsulat ng letra. Pero alam mo yun, the way I understand these people writing, kasi marami na rin ako nakausap na lyricists, and how do they write music is more on their emotions. When they're happy, then
Mm.
your letters will be happy. If you're sad, then your letters will be on sad mode. And kung galit ka, hatred, then technically hatred. And wala ka naman maririnig na metal song na hindi kasama yung tatlo na yun, eh. You know, it's either one way or the other masaya yung music through metal. It happens, fun and laughter can happen through metal music as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
yun.
Wow, so do you
Yeah,
guys actually eat dogs? Yeah, we eat
uh,
hot dogs.
3 Lars,
Ay,
actually we
grabe 'to.
don't eat dogs, but locally, dogs are being served on other I don't want to say places, but other I want to put it this way, wherein they're served in other provinces. But I was supposed to eat one, but I can't, man. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Goats
hard to eat dogs.
goats are part of the
Goat. Yeah, yeah.
cuisine of Filipinos, but no, we don't eat dogs. I personally don't eat dog.
Yeah.
I have a dog, by the way. It's a corgi dog. It's expensive, more expensive than what you have for life. So yeah.
Hey,
In the,
what country are you from, by the way, Grandpa
yeah, yeah.
Lars?
Hey Lars, where you from, man?
Yeah, where you from, man?
So anyhow, while waiting for his
Anyway,
answer, yeah, no, we don't eat dogs, man. We don't eat dogs.
yeah, we
But
don't eat
thanks
dogs.
for asking. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I know that you just bumped into my channel, and hope this entertains you and your questions entertains yourself. So anyhow, yeah, sumagot siya. Makulit talaga siya, no?
Switzerland? Well, I
Man,
don't believe you.
Swiss. All right, that's why. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, how's the chocolates, man? Anyhow, yeah. Sure. Going back sa saxophone. Pag sa saxophone. What kind of music would you like to perform, or you prefer to perform?
Ang mga paborito ko ay mostly is, smooth jazz, ayan. Yun yung mga gusto ko. Pagka
Oh,
yung alam mo yun, if you want to set the mood, you want to set the vibe, ayan, yun yung mga
uh,
gusto ko, smooth jazz.
good jazz
Pero
talaga.
sa mga event, mostly pop, R&B, ayan, yun. Pero
Eh,
ako, me, myself, when I'm holding my saxophone, gusto ko nakikinig sa mga ano, sa mga smooth jazz. Doon ako nakakakuha kasi ng mga technique. Alam mo
mm.
yun, yung mga smooth na, yung mga medyo sexy na ano, na
Is there really like,
na sound.
I mean, may technicality side ba talaga siya wherein not everyone can play saxophone? Something like that.
For me, everybody can play saxophone as long as you love to play the saxophone and as long as you will focus on playing the saxophone. You
And you're
can play it.
dedicated.
Yeah, if
Dedication
you're
siya.
dedicated.
And what
Everybody can
type of
play it.
song do you want to cover? Like, ikaw, kung
What?
bibigyan ka, kunwari, Sir Je, ganito, tugtog ka kahit anong gusto mong genre, kahit anong gusto mong kanta dito sa event na iimbitahan kita. Ano yung mga
Hmm.
naka-line up sa'yo sa cover?
Halo, eh. Minsan tinitingnan ko yung ano, eh, yung mga bisita, eh. Tsaka yung atmosphere nung ano, nung venue. So kapagka medyo ano 'to, medyo formal yung mga tao, I play songs na alam mo yun, neutral. Okay,
Oo.
so kapag ito yung tipong ang ganda ng lights, alam mo yun, yung ang ganda ng mga follow spot, yung mga ano, ang galing ng mga nasa sound booth, ayun, sinasabayan ko 'to ng mga party music. So ano tayo, when it comes to playing saxophone, versatile naman tayo.
Mm,
Kumbaga, kung ano yung dinedependahan natin dun sa ano natin, sa setup nung ano natin, nung
mm.
venue, tsaka nung event. So kung ang
Sa
event
event.
halimbawa ay ano, ay formal at ang mga a-attend ay mga formal people, you play something na medyo alam mo yun, yung medyo parang related sila kasi, ah, related sila. Halimbawa, if you play something like Earth, Wind& and Fire,
Mhm,
if you
mm.
play something like from, kung medyo bata-bata na medyo mga hippie yung mga ano mo, and you play something like Bruno Mars, yung mga something like that.
Yung
So,
mga ano,
gano'n.
talagang recent music 'no? So, yung mga gano'n.
Recent music.
Kunwari ano, kasi ako ay 'pag napunta ako ng hotel, usually yan jazz music, eh, 'di ba, yun nandiyan.
Mm.
Tapos I don't know if they're allowed to play, originals nila. But have you played originals na sarili
Ay hindi,
mong
wala, wala,
lumakanta?
wala.
Wala,
Wala,
puro
wala.
puro
Wala
cover.
ako.
Kasi
Puro
meron yung
cover
time
lang.
ewan ko bata pa ako nun, eh, medyo bata-bata ako, mga siguro 12, 13. Si Airpat dinala ako sa Manila Hotel. Um, there's a saxophonist who plays. Tapos parang nung una tinitingahan ko, sabi ko, okay, ito yung title ng song. Alam ko yung kanta na yan. Then pa iba ng iba, sabi ko, iba na. Hindi na siya
Mm,
jazz. Jazz siya, I know, pero hotel jazz, hotel type of jazz. Pero
mm,
hindi na siya kilala. So, nung nag-break yung artist, nag-break siya, punta siya sa bar. Actually, it's an open bar, di ba? Pag yung mga nakapunta ng Manila Hotel or napunta sa Manila Hotel, you know
mm,
how it like. Sa gilid yung bar, tapos may puro table sa gitna na couch type. Tapos nasa harap yung music player or yung
oo, nandun
pianist.
ka sa may ano nung lobby.
Oo, facing
Oo,
gano'n.
dun sa lobby ng Manila Hotel, dun din.
Exactly. So, yun, gano'n yung itsura dun. So, pumunta siya sa bar and I was sitting beside my dad. Sabi ko, "Dad, puntahan ko lang yung nagsa-saxophone." Sabi, "Oh, sige, sige." Nasa meeting siya ng mga parang mga club nila, club and organization. So,
Mm,
lapit ako dun sa nagsa-saxophone. Sabi ko, "Sir," nung una naiintindihan ko pa yung music, alam ko yung mga title, ganyan. So, sabi ko,
mm,
ako, I really talk to people. I really talk to people if they're musicians. Um, Nilapitan ko siya, tinanong ko, "Ano yung title nung huling-huling tinugtog?" "Ay hindi, ano na yun, original ko na yun." Tapos sabi ko,
mm,
allowed pala mag-play ng originals sa mga ganito. So, hanggang ngayon iniisip ko siya, eh. And, yung mga naggigitara ng mga bulag diyan sa ano, dito ano tawag diyan, yung, duty free. They
mm,
they play their originals din, hindi lahat yung covers, eh. The
mm,
Latin ones were covers, pero 'pag when they play something different na out of the norm dun sa tenga mo, eh, iba. Sabi ko, "Uy, iba 'to, bago 'to, ah." So, kaya
mm,
kakausapin. Minsan kasi dun yung sa food court, eh, 'di ba? Yung pagbaba mo ng parang walkway sa duty free, andun yung grupo ng mga blind, musicians and
mm,
kumpleto sila, may bass, may ano, pero alam mong classical lang yung banatan. Kaya kinakausap ko yun, bro. Hindi ako nahihiyang kausapin sila kasi you learn something from them and definitely those people will learn something from you. Like, or encourage them by the way kung or in any way na, "Hey, continue what you're doing, okay yan, goods yan. Lagi ako nandito like taon-taon or whatnot, 'di ba, pinakikinggan
mm.
ko kayo." And also I donate to them, like maghuhulog ako kahit 100, 50, 20
Oo.
kung magkano yung nasa bulsa ko kung anong available, ibibigay ako sila, eh. Even for the musicians who's on the street, kinakausap ko sila. Kinakausap ko
Mm,
sila like, what made you decide na tumugtog ka? Kaya sabihin niya, "Sir, kaysa naman magnakaw ako, magmumusika na lang ako." Gano'n galing.
exactly.
Nagsisilindro pa yung mga yun, nagsisilindro
Mm,
habang nagigitara. Sabi ko, "Okey 'to, Parang yun lang, 'wag lang sana maging scammer na yung iba 'di ba yung nagpipilay-pilayan pa.
oo.
Tapos nanghihingi sa kausap. Pag-aralan magmusika na lang kayo, matutuwa pa ang tao. Now going back sa isang topic na yan, alam mo yun, alam ko sir malamang bilib ka diyan sa mga yan, pero
Yeah, yeah.
we empower Filipinos to play sa kalsada. The guy who's Lars, I know you're listening pa, if you're listening, I know in Switzerland there are things like this wherein
Street
musicians
musicians.
on streets. Now Filipinos, they don't play on the streets. They just play. It's either you're I don't know how to say this, but you're incapable. Like you're not, you can't walk. You're in a wheelchair or you're blind. That's the only time they play on the streets. But on the other hand, are we gonna go ahead, or do you suggest Filipinos to play on the streets as well, sir? Kung ikaw, saxophonist, pandemic, and you want to go ahead and sit down and just play, let's say nasa Rizal Park ka, do you think tatauhin ka?
Alam mo sa setup natin ano, ah, hindi, kasi parang nasanay tayo na, when they hear music, ano, it should be you are sitting inside a room. So gano'n. Pero ako alam mo pagka nangyari yung ano, yung time na may mga street musician here in the Philippines na parang it's a common thing na,
Mm.
I'll be more than happy, okay? Kasi ano, grabe grabe ang ano, ang music kasi ano siya, it's a cure. Actually, it's not just a medicine, it's a cure.
Mhm.
It's a cure. So, if kung ikaw tumutugtog ka lang dito sa loob ng bahay mo and, you feel, um, relaxed, you feel satisfied, you feel happy. What
Mm.
if labas mo kaya siya, 'di ba? So, at that point parang alam mo 'yun, yung parang nakapagbigay ka pa ng ano, nakapagpagaan ka pa ng
Lokal ng
araw ng
tao.
isang tao, 'di ba 'no? So, ako
Depende
sa'kin
din kung
okey
what
yung
you
ano.
consider. Kasi parang meron ako mga dito sa Evacom dati, sa Sukat, there's a place called
Mm,
Evacom. I have one friend who played guitar sa kanto. Tinao siya, binigyan siya ng pera, nilalagay do'n sa guitar, box niya. Ano tawag do'n, sa guitar case niya rather.
mm,
Nilalagay, binibigyan siya ng pera, may mga dumadaan, abutan siya ng 20, 50. I didn't ask how much did he took off, pero alam mo 'yun, he has the guts to do it. Parang kung ako,
mm,
um, eh, eto pa problema kasi, sa Filipinos, your work, let's say kahapon kasi nasa MOA area kami, do'n sa may seaside. May inasikaso kami ni misis tapos naglakad kami. Sabi ko, "Lakad tayo dito sa may seaside. Let's take a look at, ano ba yung pinagkakaguluhan nila." Parang gano'n. I wanna take a look at it. Yung I wanna know for myself, ano ba itsura niyan. Um Iniisip ko, parang nagnilay-nilay ako, eh. Every time I do podcasting or every time I do episodes, marami ang pumapasok sa isip ko about music na bakit hindi nga pala ginagawa dito sa Pilipinas 'to? In which
mm,
pupunta ka ng Malaysia, andiyan may mga nakaupo sa gilid, they were dressed well, ang ganda, naka-ano pa, naka-coat and tie pa. Although mainit sa Malaysia, pero nagigitara sila or may bass guitar sila,
mm.
they play, may sumasayaw. And binibigyan ng pera. So, bakit bakit hindi ginagawa sa Pilipinas? And this what made me think about it. I'm not sure if you'll agree, guys, the listeners will agree with this. It's because of the establishments that we have here. So let's say sa MOA, pag ginawa mo yun doon, babayaran mo pa si MOA eh. Magre-rent ka pa para
Oo.
tumugtog, di ba?
Aanuhin ka pa, sisingilin ka pa.
I'm not sure if that's true or if that's the case. Pero if yung mga nag-street musician, mga nagtatry na yan, pumunta ka sa, let's say, sa BGC. Punta ka dyan sa Upper McKinley Hill. Tumugtog ka dun sa may isa sa bus stop nila, sisitahin ka ng security.
Oo.
Pero this is quite ironic when you play eto, you'll see on a lot of videos, a lot of, vines through social media, you'll see a lot of musicians who are sitting in the middle ng Beverly Hills, which is a well-known place, and they let musicians play there because it's artistry. Now, Filipinos have, I'm sorry, I'm degrading Filipinos right now for the security, lahat yan. Kasi naging usapan din namin ni Paco dito yan na, why can't you do a videotape nang nandito ka sa, ano, nasa mall ka? Sisitahin ka, "Sir, bawal yan, bawal dito yan." Parang ganun. Parang hindi naman kami magta-trash ng place. We're just gonna go and do a recording or a video or whatnot. It should
Mm.
be documented pa daw. Sabi ko, so that will siguro ito rin yung reason bakit walang street musician sa Pilipinas, you know?
Oo, sobrang higpit. One time
Oh,
ano, one time we had an event in, Quezon City. If you're familiar with that, can I disclose the name?
sige lang, okey lang.
Oo, ayun. They have this, what they call the ano, events place, yung Bella Ibarra.
Yeah, yeah, oo, I heard
Oo.
of it.
Tapos ano, the one thing they're good at, napaka ano nila, discipline nila. One
Mm,
time, I I put out my instrument And since hindi pa nag-i-start yung I mean malapit na mag-start yung program, ang ginawa ko, what I did, lumabas ako. Andun yung
Mm,
case nung instrument ko, binaba ko, dun ko hinugot sa labas and then I start warming up. Nag-warm up
mm,
ako ng tones ko. Lumabas yung security, "Sir, bawal po kayo dito, bawal po kayong tumugtog sa labas, bawal po." Sabi
ah,
ko, "Kuya, nagwa-warm up ako, please." Sabi ko, "Lumayo ka muna
oo,
kako sa'kin. Nagwa-warm up kasi kako ko dahil tutugtog ako dun sa ano, sa event mamaya. Okay? So, please kako,
right,
mano ka lang."
right. So, yun yung reason why Filipinos don't really have that culture. Alam mo meron pa
Yeah.
ako isa napanood na video na nagta-tap dance pa, nagta-tap dance while the other guy
Uh,
is playing guitar, yung isa nagta-tap
mm,
dance. Now, meron yan yung 4 na magkakapatid, they're in Long Beach, California, wherein they play dun sa gilid ng beach and they're
mm,
alam mo sikat na sila ngayon because of the YouTube videos and everything, but they started off I watched their documentary na paano sila nagsimula. They're just being compensated by people who are just walking around. Then, uy, okay yung tugtog nila. They're covering metal music. They're doing it through acoustic. Then, binibigyan sila ng pera. Sabi ko, bakit ang Pilipinas walang ganyan, di ba? Na,
wala.
me as an artist, I wanna do that. Eh. Alam mo yun, parang magko-cover lang. Tugtog ako 5 kanta, tapos alis na ako. Ganun. Eh, yun lang.
Actually
Security ng
Actually,
Pilipino.
nagkaroon ng ano yun, eh, nagkaroon ng experiment yan dati. If you watch the episode of Jessica Soho before, yung
Mm,
isang, he's a principal trumpet player. I don't know if he's the principal trumpet player ng Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra.
mm, mm.
Kumbaga parang ginawang experiment na tumugtog siya sa ano, sa LRT station.
Okay, okay,
Tapos
okay.
ano, tapos nakikita siya ng mga tao. Alam mo yun yung ano, alam mo yung impression ng mga tao na ano, "Hindi ikaw ano 'yan, namamalimos." Parang gano'n. Others
Oo.
naman they found it na ano, "Hindi, yung mga tugtog na ganyan pang-elitista 'yan." Parang gano'n. So,
Early
what lacks in the Philippines kasi is the deeper understanding in music and the understanding of culture. Kasi
mm,
ano, eh, one time ano, eh, meron akong mga estudyante pinagalitan ko, eh. Ah, Nag-field trip kami before, sa ano, sa Nayong Pilipino. So anyway, these are ano naman, eh, mga grade 4. So medyo light discipline lang sinabi ko sa kanila. And there
mm.
are ethnic people na nagpe-perform sa ano, sa labas and they're laughing at it. Sabi ko, "Sino ka namang nagtatawa sa inyo?" Sabi ko, "Ba't niyo
Oo.
pinagtatawanan 'yan?" Sabi kong gano'n. "Don't you know that what they're doing is real music. What they're doing is art." Sumagot yung isang estudyante ko, sabi niya, "Paano naging music yun? Ano, kinakalampag lang daw yung ano." Sabi ko, "O sige, if you think na yan ay madali lang, gawin mo sa akin. I-play mo sa akin yan." Talagang hindi ko siya tinantanan. Hindi ko siya
Oo.
tinantanan hanggang sa na-realize niya na, "Sir, sorry po, di ko na po gagawin."
Agree.
So, iyon. What
Oo.
really lacks in our country is the deeper understanding in music. Sobrang ano, eh, sobrang alam mo yun, sobrang anong tingin sa music dito sa atin, eh. Sobrang
I
naka-enclose ang mga musician. Sobrang underground ng mga musicians pagdating dito sa bansa natin.
underrated, underrated. I would say
Underrated pala, underground.
yeah,
Underrated,
oh, underground and
nakakalungkot.
underrated. There are just parents or schools who empower music for their or one of their parang artistry. Kasi ito yung ano eh, I want to give a big shout out to my kids' school dito sa Las Piñas. They're called South Learners Creative School or
Hmm,
SLCS. Wherein alam mo nun, tinanong ko yung teacher, sabi ko, her name is Teacher Shauna. Teacher Shauna, meron ba kayong show and tell for the kids? Sabi niya, yes
hmm,
sir, meron po. Okay, ano yung mga show and tell nyo? Ganun. Kasi the school days will start na eh, by that time. And may kid who's turning junior kinder that time. Eh, parang syempre magsa-summer makeup class to prepare him for the upcoming school year. So tinanong ko na sila after the summer makeup class na how do you embrace music and artistry in your school? Sabi niya, "Sir, hinahayaan ko po sila na mag-play ng music or kumanta or whatnot. Kahit pumalakpak lang sila with the tune of Happy Birthday, eh, I'm empowering them." Alam mo pare, para silang nanalo ng gold din. Uy, good job. Puta,
hmm.
pinindot ko kaagad yung gold button. Sorry. Pinindot ko kaagad yung gold button. Oh, pasok yung bata dito. Gusto ko to. Now, eto na, naging activity nila yun. Kasi I advise that to the advisor na, "Puwede niyo bang enlighten yung mga anak ko sa music? Help me enlighten my kids through music." Kasi alam mo, music has a deeper meaning for me. Um,
Mm.
for the listeners, it has a very deep meaning. Music has a very deep meaning for me. Listen to my episode 3, how music saved me, how music uh, saved me out of my depression and anxiety by listening to certain songs and everything. Then I want that to be enlightened to people. Now that is actually the idea of this channel na ng podcast natin, to help people get out of the stereo na music is not just for fun. It helps you. It heals you. It actually, sabi mo nga, 'di ba, cure siya for everything.
Yeah.
Now, yun yung sa mga yung sa teacher na yun, she's really good. Even the guidance counselor, kasi yung bata may show and tell that time. So, yung daughter ko naman, though recent lang naman siya nag-aral mag-drums, but they have this thing, the small guitar na yung apat na string
Mm.
na nabibili ko sa SM. So,
Mm.
sabi niya, "Daddy, I wanna play music," dun sa teacher ko. Sabi ko, "Okay, sige, this is a show and tell." Alright. She played. Strum lang siya, wala sa tono. Pero she's strumming and then she's singing, Frozen, yung Let It Go. So
Mm.
sabi ng teacher, yung teacher mismo, she approached me na kinausap niya ako. Sabi niya, "Sir, alam mo, I don't know how you guys do it with your kids that they are really confident when they sing. They're really confident when they play their instruments kahit wala sa tono." Sabi ko, "Alam mo, ganito yan eh. This is child psychology that we're talking about. Wherein, I know I'm not a psychologist. My wife is a psychologist," sabi ko. Pero whenever you are introducing something to the kids, empower them. Not, kasi ito, this is a topic of my family recently. I hope my brother hears this, but yung pamangkin ko kasi, gitarista si kuya eh. So, yung anak niya, gitarista din. Nag-aaral. So, nag-ano siya sa'kin na, "Tito, puwede mo ba ako turuan?" Sabi ko, "Sige, I'll introduce you to my music, style, my style of music, how I play, may ano tawag dito, may theoretical approach in terms of strumming, picking, sweeping, and everything," sabi ko sa kanya. Kasi si daddy, sabi niya si daddy kasi pinapagalitan ako, I play hard daw masyado 'pag nag-strum ako. Sabi ko, "Alam mo I can teach you styles in order for you to improve those." Pero sa'kin pumasok sa isip ko, sabi ko, "Bakit naman gano'n yung sinabi niya sa bata? Parang hindi niya in-empower." Now, in terms of child psychology, bro, you have to, "Hey, you're doing good, but you can improve it." Gano'n dapat ang
Mm.
gano'n dapat ang teacher ka, Sir Jay, alam mo 'yan, 'di ba?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Ng bata, hindi mo pasukin yung mali. Yung mali, sasabihin mo sa kanya in a good theme kasi bata yan eh. You have to let them understand what they did wrong and you have to improve them. So, gano'n ko kinausap yung pamangkin ko. And, believe it or not, now he plays Red Hot Chili Pepper songs. You know how technical
Wow.
John does the guitar riffing for
Mm.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. He plays Monkey Wrench by Foo Fighters. Parang alam mo yung
Mm.
riffing na parang puro
Mm.
skala talaga. Sabi ko, "Alam mo, nag-i-improve ka." Sabi niya, "Tito, thank you." Sabi niya, "Kasi natututo ko." And imagine that kid is just like 15. Sorry, 14 years old. 14 years old siya
Mm.
ngayon. So, parang alam mo yun, that's how music is really stigma and hindi
Yeah.
tinutuunan ng pansin ng magulang dito sa Pilipinas na, come on, parents, wake up. Your kids should be, and whatever happens, be empowered through music. Now, yun, going back to the topic we're in, how music heals and how music cures the one who's yun, may problema. Ako, sir, I don't know if you'll attest to this. Pag ako bad trip ako, let's say, let's say for example, nag-away kami ng asawa ko. I'll just go here to inside the studio. I'll pick up my acoustic guitar. Magtutugtog ako kahit ano. Kahit ano. Kahit ano maisipan ko tugtugin. I just can't write lyrics. Kung sabi nga ng mga kaibigan ko, kung lyricist ka, marami ka na naisulat. Ang dami mong kwento sa buhay eh. Ang dami mo nasulat.
Mm.
Sabi ko, hindi ko marunong eh. Hindi ko mag-rhyme eh. Sabi ko, yun ang problema sa'yo. Gagawa kita ng riff. Gagawa kita ng i-arrange ko yung music para sa'yo pero I can't write songs, sabi ko. And, it helps me a lot in terms of my stress. Ano, may isang kanta, dalawang kanta, tapos, wala na. Nakangiti na ako, uy, kaya ko pa pala siyang tugtugin. First of all,
Oo.
kaya mo pa pala tugtugin, matutuwa ka sa sarili mo. Pangalawa, this is, I don't know if you guys will agree on this, that there will be a reference point when you play that music, you will be reminded of something na nangyari sa'yo dati. So for example,
Yeah, I
sir,
believe
ikaw,
that.
meron ka ba isang kanta sa buhay mo na, um, meron ka bang isang kanta sa buhay mo na maaalala mo kahit yung sa sulok-sulukan ng kokote mo, maaalala mo yung music na yun, "Uy, ito yung nandito ako nung panahon na yun." Meron ka bang gano'n?
Actually ano, eh, meron, eh, meron din ako. Lalo na kapagka yung ano, yung ayoko nang mention yung ano, yung song. Ang dami kasi nila, eh. Just like what you're doing ano. Ako I've gone through ano, through stressful days of my life din nung mga time na yun. So, uh, yun yung time na yun, the reason why I said na music is really a medicine,
Mm.
yung alam mo yun yung nung time kasi, meron ano, eh, meron akong mga, lesson book.
Mhm, mm.
Nakalagay dun yung ano, eh, nakalagay dun yung mga exercises, eh. Tapos may mga nakalagay dun na mga solo piece.
Oo, oo.
Ano yun, Jimmy Dorsey kung tawagin. It's a jazz ano, a jazz method, parang
Mhm.
introduction to jazz. So, nung time na yun bad trip ako kasi ewan ko ano ba nangyari nun, parang it's something in the school yata. So ano pa ako nun, estudyante pa ako nun. So, nung
Mm,
time na yun I was playing the clarinet. Tapos, alam mo yun, binabasa ko yung nota. By that
mm.
time, alam mo yun, yung nasasabayan ko yung nasa tugtog.
Oo,
Alam mo yun,
automatically.
all of a sudden, biglang yung emosyon ko na nalulungkot ako, na iinis ako,
Mm.
nag-vanish. Nag-vanish
Oo,
siya.
oo.
So, ano, that really helped me. Tapos sa ano, going back with the question, did music help you through your tough times? Yeah, most of the time. Lalo na ngayon. Lalo na ngayon.
Totoo.
Uh, Actually ngayon, I don't have, a day job kasi, I resigned from my previous school na
Mhm.
nagtuturo ako, from a private school kasi I'd like to transfer in the public school, but things didn't go the way I wanted to be. Hindi ako
Oo,
natanggap sa public school last year. So, I ended up, having, no job at all.
oo.
So,
Actually pareho tayo, eh.
one thing one thing that relieves me from ano,
Oo,
from distress actually is music. So I was listening to ano, I was listening to some, Christian music.
oo.
So that gave me hope when I feel
Actually, alam
down, when I feel.
I wanna have that discussion point as well, eh, kasi, again, a lot of musicians, a lot of people doesn't have jobs right now.
Mm,
Ako naman, ano naman 'to, eh, it hindi ako nag-resign. My clients pulled out. My niche
mm,
is really on the VA agency. I opened my
mm,
own virtual assistance agency. I was a corporate, operations manager and general manager before. Now,
mm,
alam mo yun, parang, I took a look at things wherein ano pa ba yung mga puwedeng maging niche at puwede kong gawin aside from what
mm,
I do for a living. Now, alam mo yun, it turns out I found something that I really love what to do. Kasi ako frustrated akong DJ, disc jockey and video jockey. I
yeah.
always wanted to be, you know, maging host for a show or something like that. Now, what I'm doing right now is something that I dreamt of and what I love to do technically. Alam ng magulang ko 'yan, alam ng asawa ko 'yan, alam ng sino mang close sa akin. Now, alam mo, for being a teacher, ay kumbaga ikaw teacher ka na, eh, 'di ba? Teacher ka
Mm,
by profession, then you are a musician by your passion. There are things that I don't know if you'll agree to this, that you can consider to merge along. Like for example, ako ngayon, I'm doing podcasting and I'm doing music podcasting at the same time, wherein I'm helping people to engage with music, whatever it takes. Kumbaga, in a nutshell, pwede mo siyang gawing trabaho, 'di ba? Pwede mo siyang gawing
mm.
now, if you're a teacher by profession and you're a musician by passion, then why not, you know, teach kids how to play music, like do a music school or alam mo 'yun, parang gano'n.
Yeah,
Kasi
actually I did that thing ano, when I was, in my profession. For 11 years, I'm teaching children. I'm also teaching them how to play instrument, how to read notes, how to jive along with the sound. Okay,
mm,
so it just come to the point na ano so I'm looking for another transition na involved in yung music. So
mm,
that comes with photography, videography, and music. So doon siya
pinagsama-sama
nag
mo.
ano ngayon. Yun naman yung nagbubunga ngayon. So kaya nga
Let's
sabi
go.
ano Kaya nga sabi, if you remove music in your life, actually ano let's not talk it very spiritually kasi
Oo,
spiritually kasi if you remove God in your life, you're good as dead. Okay? You're
oo, yung
nothing.
faith,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would put it as a faith, oo, parang
So
alisin mo yung faith.
let's just put it in our situation right now. If you don't include music in your life, I mean you're nothing but a dead person already. Okay? Kasi
Exactly,
ano everything that you do, every profession that you do, there's music. Okay?
exactly.
I believe in that. I believe in that.
Kasi imagine nursery rhymes has music.
Yeah.
Rhymes, oo. Kumbaga,
Coco
nursery rhyme,
Melon, itong nagde-develop ng ng familiarization ng bata ngayon. That is
exactly.
music.
A rhyme is a music. Rhyme is a music,
Yeah.
rhyme. Rhyme
Yeah.
for rhyme without a reason, pangit nun. Alam mo yun, eto naging topic namin nung Paco and photography 'to, na
Mm.
if you're doing a videography, then it doesn't have a background music, it's good as dead,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Um, let's say you're walking a mall, nakakita ka ng TV na pino-promote nila with high definition, sobrang ganda ng definition niya.
Mm.
Naglalakad ka, hindi mo narinig yung sound. You can't hear the ambient of the nature. It
Yeah,
doesn't have,
exactly.
patay siya, 'di ba? So
It's dead.
that's how I imagine, or that's how I transcribe it, na if you're not listening to anything, then you're good as dead, 'di ba?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I really parang naaawa ako dun sa mga ano sa mga deaf wherein they cannot hear music. That's how, how music, gaano kaganda si music. How
Mm.
really music help us, and paano ba, kasi alam mo yun, yung nakakaawang side wherein there are a lot of people, even yung mga taong hindi nakikinig music, naaawa ako para sa kanila. Kasi parang
Totoo.
ba ang dami-daming puwedeng, hindi ka ba tinuruan mag-ABC ng magulang mo nung bata ka na kumanta ng ABC? Kasi dun palang fundamentals na ng music yun, 'di ba? It has the rhyme.
Oo.
Unless you're just gonna go and recite it like a poem, then even poems have rhymes, right?
Yeah,
Ayun yun,
exactly.
oo. So parang, if, and definitely at the end of the day, music will save you. Kasi, um, spiritual talk. When um, you surrender yourself to the music, it's like you have the soul, 'di ba? Kaya nga sabi nila,
Yeah.
music is your soul, 'di ba? So, yan, release kaya merch yan, Music is Your Soul, by Music Airing Unit. It's gonna be a merch, plug na naman, ang galing, eh.
Yeah.
It's a tagline of, Music Airing Unit. I know it's a tagline of other music industries or whatnot, but music is part of your soul. Um, actually, alam mo yun, ako personally, I survived COVID situation. Like COVID-19, I was able to contract it like last year, exactly last year. Um, alam mo yun, may mga paano ko pinakinggan yung music, how I take a look at music. Dun ako nagsimula mag-breakdown ng music, eh, which I usually do, but yun lang yung puwede kong gawin that time. And, gusto mo ng bumigay nung katawan mo kasi ang hirap talaga, sobrang sakit ng katawan mo, masamang-masama yung pakiramdam mo.
Mm.
And, it's not the COVID that's gonna kill you, it's the situation, it's the
Yeah,
anxiety.
the anxiety.
Being Yes, being confined space, a four space or four-walled space na for 21 to 28 days. Actually, ako 28 days. Um,
Mm.
it's gonna kill you. So, how music helped me? Parang ako, ginawa ko, parang nakinig ako. Especially for urban dubs, soul searching. Parang whatever you do, choose life,
Mm.
eh. Parang, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
Sige, puwede pala. Tapos, for myself ng Sky Church, I did, parang iba tungkol sa sarili yun, eh, na intindi mo naman yung sarili mo. It's a soul search for yourself wherein you have to help yourself as well to survive, eh, parang gano'n.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
ngayon kung wala kang hilig sa music, anong gagawin mo? Magfe-Facebook ka lang maghapon. Pero sa Facebook may makikita ka tumutugtog, may makikita ka nagmu-music. So, music is
Mm.
actually the soul of your life. So, ako, that's actually how I take a look at it, eh, totoo lang. Ayun.
Yeah, me too, me too. Ako ganyan din, eh. The time we had COVID, June 2021.
Hmm,
Music is one tool that helps us recovered from COVID. And me as a saxophone player, playing saxophone is one thing that helps me get through COVID. 'Di ba? Ano yun, alam mo yun, physically 'di ba yung COVID yung alam mo yun may after
masama,
ano
eh.
siya, effect na hingal ka. Yung lungs
Mm,
mo parang nag-constrict, yung parang lumiit. So So by that time, ang bilis kong hingalin. Anong ginawa ko? I blew my saxophone. I play my saxophone. And alam mo yun, yung parang nag-expand yung lungs ko after that. So
Oo, it helped
so
you.
after
Oo.
nun, sabi ko, it really helped. Music really helped. Music is a medicine at all.
Totoo,
It's a
totoo.
gift by God. It's a gift
Yeah,
by God
ako
for us to
amen to
cure
that.
something. Yeah, it's a gift by God for that gave us to cure something that medicine can't.
Exactly. Alam mo for cancer patients, in the US, they have this thing that you'll be syempre nandiyan yung treatment mo, but happiness is malamang napanood niyo na 'tong mga movie na 'to, eh. Doctor Dumbfire, 'di ba, yung Mr. Dumbfire rather na naging
Ah,
ano ba
Miss
'yun, yung
Doubtfire.
basta kay Robert, ano pangalan nung artista na 'yun? Si, yung he took his own life, eh, uh because of depression. Pero
Robin
'yun,
Williams.
Robin Williams 'yan. Isang movie niya 'yun, eh, that they cure cancer through happiness, eh, right?
Mm.
So, isang method 'to kasi my mom is a cancer patient. She's a cancer survivor. She's in the US and sinabi 'yan ng doktor na music is happiness. So, you have to listen to
Yeah.
music, play music. Sabi niya, "No, I listen to music." Sabi niya, I have cassette plates and yung mga plaka pa sa bahay,
Mm.
something like that. And they played music and that helped my mom to be happy and yeah, totoo yan eh. If my father-in-law, alam mo ba, airpot ko yung biyenan ko, meron pang cassette yan, oh, may ganun, no? Tapos
Oo.
nakasabit sa bedbag niya, pare. Nakasabit yun.
Walkman.
Hindi siya Walkman, yung speaker talaga.
Yung
Nakasabit yun.
speaker. Okay.
Oo, nakasabit yun. Tapos nagpapatugtog siya. Lahat ng ginagawa niya kasi they have a resort in Antipolo. Meron silang swimming pool, may infinity pool, they have the racetrack sa baba. KRB Speedway, shout out KRB Speedway in Antipolo. Mga pinsan ni Mrs. Jan. Um, naglilinis siya ng pool, nililinis niya, literally nililinis niya yung pool, tinatanggal niya yung mga dumi, ni-scrub niya yung pool. Pupuntahan ko siya do'n, sabi ko, "Dad, kain na." Gano'n. Meron siyang tumutugtog hanggang ngayon, nandito siya sa bahay, he's residing here right now. 'Pag naglilinis siya dito, may dala-dala niya tumutugtog 'yun. Sabi ko, ah dun na nagnilay na yung isip ko na nagnilay lalim, eh, 'no. Dun na pumasok yung idea ko na, um, mu that brought me the question, how music helps you, to through your tough times. Does it give you positive emotions? Does it give you so spiritually, it gives your soul ng mas magandang, alam mo yun, vibe for the whole day, 'di
Mm.
ba? Oo. So, lalo na siguro sa saxophone, 'di ba? Parang napaka-jazzy, napaka-smooth, eh, 'di ba? Pero may tanong ako
Oo.
sa'yo, yung
Ah.
pagsa-saxophone ba ano 'yan, kasi 'di ba nung bata kung gitarista ka 'pag may chicks, eh, yan, gitara ka nga." Ta's may-in-love yung babae, "Ang galing mag-gitara nito, ang galing kumanta." Sa
Oo.
saxophone ba may gano'n? Yung tipong 'pag
Yes,
narinig
meron,
mo,
meron gano'n. Meron gano'n.
"Ikaw ba nakilala si misis mo?" Gano'n.
Hindi, kahit nitong ano, sinasabi ko naman din sa kanya. So, there are some events na ano, eh, alam mo yung pagka may saxophone na ano, yung may lalapit sa'yo, "Hi, pwede makipagkilala, ako po si ganito, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan." So, ako naman professionally, I take it professionally na lang. So, hindi ko siya tini-take advantage kasi 'pag tinake advantage ko, ayun, that's the devil music na actually. So, hindi ano, nakakaakit din ng saxophone actually. Ano, lakas makapogi kaya, ang lakas ano, alam mo yun,
Actually,
yung
magandang topic yan, eh. This is a
oo.
pre-plotted topic by the way for UNIP, eh. Ano yun
Mm.
naman yung nararamdaman ng mga asawa natin 'pag nasa tugtugan tayo kasi alam mo yung iniisip nung asawa ko, inuman na naman 'yan, may babae.
Oo.
Before siyempre hindi mo naman maalis yun, eh, binata-binata days, eh. But
Mm.
as of now, yun my wife doesn't care kung alam ko uuwi yan dito sa tatabi sa bahay yan, eh, dito sa
Yeah,
kama ko.
exactly, exactly.
At the end of the day, he'll go home kasi he had mad respect with the family. Kumbaga yung mga anak ko, ayoko rin mangyari sa daughter ko yun, eh, yung gano'n. So,
Oo.
parang sa'yo siyempre saxophone player ka. Ang hirap nun,
Oo.
sir. Kumbaga sexy time tapos sasabihin ng mga ano, may lalapit sa'yo, "Galing mo naman." Gano'n, 'di ba?
Actually, yung minsan yung mga lumalapit, alam mo yung mga ano, medyo may edad na mga mayayaman. Oo, eh, sabi ko minsan kinukuwento ko sa misis ko, sabi ko sa kanya, "Alam mo kung ako masama ugali ko, ite-take advantage ko yung mga lumalapit na yun tapos peperahan ko kako."
Oo, mamasa ano
Oo,
'no?
gano'n. Pero ano, pero sabi nga, we're musicians, we're not, we should not use music as a tool to seduce and
Oo,
to
tama
to
'yan.
ano, alam mo yun, to mess someone's life. So
Oo,
ano,
playboy ka talaga kung siraulo
pero
ka
ano
talaga.
talaga, pero may mga lumalapit. Minsan may mga lalapit na babae na alam mo yun, yung mga nagkakatuwaan sila na ano, yung mga ka-party-party music na naalala ko
Oo.
yung dati yung ano, yung Mr. Saxo Beat ba yun? Tat tatarat tatarat tatarat
Oo,
tarat tatat tatat. Minsan tinugtog ko, mga nag-party-party, eh, di siyempre medyo mga babae 'to, mga ano,
updated
talagang
na.
nag-aano sila, hindi mga walang ano, mga medyo bata pa. So, they are in the drive of ano, yung alam mo yun, yung party goer. So, talagang
Oo,
nag-aano sila tapos, ano na sila, yung parang seductive na yung mga galawan nila. Actually ano 'to, this is an 18th birthday, party, debut.
puro bata. Hirap.
Oo. Alam mo, layo
Oo,
ako, basta ako tugtog lang ako. Layo ako, ayoko kasi crime 'yan.
mahirap 'yan.
Nakakatakot 'yan. Hirap 'yan, mahirap 'yan. Pero ano,
Pero
actually napakasarap mag-saxophone actually, masarap mag-saxophone. Um, it appeals to everyone, actually. It appeals to
oo,
everyone, mapabata, mapamatanda.
um, sabi ko nga kanina 'di ba start pa lang ng podcast natin is I really, parang sobrang saludo ako sa mga anyone who plays brass instruments.
Oo.
Parang ang hirap niyan, eh, pero alam mo 'yun, when you play the music, especially saxophone, when you play saxophone, yun yung soul, alam mo yun, yun yung soul music, 'di ba? That's soul,
Yeah.
when you play saxophone, soul and
Oo.
jazz.
Oo.
So parang if I listen to it sabi ko, hayop. Kung ako saxophone player ako marami akong nauuwing babae, pero mahirap, eh.
Oo, mahirap, mahirap. Ako
Ay,
naman
I mean
ano,
nung nung kabataan ko.
oo, ako
Siguro
naman, ano siya, natutuwa naman ako kasi, whenever I play, they appreciate, what I'm doing. Actually, kahit
hmm,
hindi nila alam yung kanta, nasasabi nila, "Oh," sabi niya, "Sir, ang ganda ng tinutugtog niyo. Ano po title niyan?"
oo.
So may gano'ng moment naman. Ayun,
Oo,
yun yung nakakatuwa dun.
even for regular bands naman, regular string instruments and ano, parang 'pag may kinover, parang meron pang alam mo yung nasa 'di ba usually 'pag nasa bar, magsusulat sila nung ano nila, eh, nung request.
Oo.
There are some time that it's a completely different scenario wherein they ask for the title of the recent song. Kasi kunwari
Mm,
kinover namin 'to tapos tumugtog kami, then hindi naman lalakasan ng bokalista 'yun, kung sino nagtanong. Parang, "Uy, the title of that song is ano," gano'n. So, parang alam mo 'yun, na-appreciate tuwang-tuwa ako sa mga people who appreciated music
mm.
like there's no other things the world kundi music lang, alam mo 'yun? Parang
Ako naman ano, going back to your ano, sabi mo kanina your salute with the wind players. Ako naman, inggit ako sa mga gitarista.
oo, actually ano,
Inggit
eh,
ako, alam mo yun yung, pagka yung ano, alam mo yung mga tao, mas familiar sila sa mga ano ng gitara. 'Pag narinig lang, tananananananan, "Sweet
alam mo
Child." Oh, di ba
oo,
gano'n? Gaganon.
nagbitan.
Ano nila,
Meron
alam
pa
nila.
meron pa show dati 'di ba yung I Can Name That Tune in One Note?
Oo,
'Di ba alam mo
oo. Oo,
puta mo
oo.
na nga talaga.
'Di ba? So,
Oo, yung show
lalo
na
na
yun, eh.
lalo na ano, yung mga bass player. Ako myself, ako hanga ako sa mga bass player. 'Di ba, yung ano, 'pag ako
They're
nakikinig ako ng mga kanta, yun ang pinapakinggan ko, yung mga bassline, eh. Dun ako ano, eh,
oo, oo.
dun
Kasi
ako
nung
hangahanga, eh.
meron time yan pare na ano, eh, isang nobya ko nung bata ako,
Mm,
she watched us, ng hindi live, eh, it's, rehearsal. Now, she was praising yung drummer kasi magaling yung drummer ko. Talagang ako,
hmm,
magaling yung drummer ko. Now, nung parang nagiinuman na, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos sabi niya, "Galing ng drummer 'no?" Ganyan, 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 ganyan. Alam mo sabi ng isa kong barkada, sabi niya, si Randy, ang sabi niya, "Uy, 'wag mo underestimate yung bahista," sabi niya. "That is the backbone of the music," sabi niya.
oo,
Kasi diyan kumukuha ng beat yung drummer, diyan kukuha at papasok yung gitarista, paano sila tutunog.
exactly.
That's the backbone ng music 'yan. Ako naman siyempre maiihi ako sa kilig, sabi ko, "Galing, oo nga 'no." Now, alam mo yun in terms of my bass playing naman kasi, I play blues for bass and funk.
Wow,
I don't play, alam mo yun, yung, I can play melodic pero blues and funk talaga din ang madalas
So
kong
so
tinitig
naglalaruan lahat ng string sa'yo, nagagamit mo lahat ng string ng bass mo, hindi yung ano, yung yung
full for disused, yun, blues and bossa, lalo ang bossa ang sarap tipahin ng
oo,
bossa.
oo,
Ah,
totoo.
alam mo meron akong isa yung papatugtugin na pinapatugtog dito sa unit yun, eh, nakikita mo yan si teacher din yon si Sir Dan Saliendra.
Ay, hindi ako
Nakikita
familiar
mo
sa
siguro yun na makita mo sa musikera yun, eh, na page na
okey.
nagre-record siya. He actually has his own YouTube channel and podcast ay ano, Spotify na rin. Um, ano, tawag dito, ang ganda ng music niya. I mean ako, sobrang bihira ako maka-appreciate ng yung tipong I'll let everyone hear about this, parang gano'n,
Hmm,
ipo-promote ko yung music na yun.
hmm,
Ang galing, tunog ano siya, eh, tunog Oasis na tunog ng Paulo Santos yung boses. I-mix
mm,
mo na lang gano'n kaganda yung timplahan niya. Sabi ko, "Ang galing nitong tao na 'to." Then I took a look at his profile. Sabi ko, "Teacher 'to, oh." Tapos
mm,
ano, he plays all the instrument, I mean not all the instrument, not brass instruments, but it's like me who plays guitars, bass, drums, and he sings.
multi-instrumentalist.
Multi-instrument na rin siya. So, nung nagkausap kami sabi ko, "Sir, okey lang po ba ipe-play ko yung music niyo sa podcast ko?" Sabi, "Yeah, of course." Sabi niya, Thank you." Ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos sabi niya, "Gusto niyo ba mag-collab tayo?" Sabi ko, "Uy, tuwang-tuwa ako kasi magaling, eh." Sabi ko, Anong tutugtugin natin?" Sabi niya. Binigyan ko siya parang gusto ko mag-punk, eh, punk music, eh, na
Oh, funk, oo.
parang no, punk rock like the fast beat punk, eh. Sabi,
Oo,
"Okey lang naman din, I cover those songs." Gano'n, gano'n, gano'n. Tapos sabi ko nag-settle kami, mag-ye-yellow card kami, mga US bands na medyo emotional na music, ng rock.
oo,
I'll be playing the bass and drums and he'll guitars and sing. Tapos dalawa lang kami parang, alam mo yun, sobrang excited ako na maka-jam siya kasi parang it gives me chills nung sinabi niya yun, eh, na, "Jam tayo sir, gawa tayong collaboration." Sabi ko, "Tangina for someone who's really good, parang hindi ko alam
mm.
kung if I'm in the level of that, eh," sabi ko. So, ayun, as early as daw sinisipra ko yung kantang gusto niya, sabi ko. So, ta's i-me-message ko na lang siya 'pag okey na. Pero yun, that will be posted in all channels naman namin, na cover. Pero of course, don't expect to be monetized yun kasi cover yun, eh. Yun ang masama 'pag nagko-cover ka, eh, alam mo yun? It won't be monetized at all. So guys, we
Okey,
are
okey.
Sir Je Gonzales, from Bula, who's a saxophone player, a marching band player. You can book him through Facebook. I-message nyo lang for your events, and any events like weddings, binyag, kung ano man, opening ng kumpanya nyo or
Oo.
whatnot. Very affordable price, sabi niya kanina, pero pag-uusapan
Yeah,
natin.
at a very friendly price actually.
Very friendly price. So, big shout out to Tapsi Projects. That's gonna be www.facebook.com/slash the Tapsi Project. A big shout out to Kuya MVPJ, the owner, and my brethren from Eagles, the fraternal order of Eagles. Shout out sa inyo mga kuya. Kay Black Empire Vape Shop, which is in Taguig. Please like their page, facebook.com Black Empire main branch. And to my ever favorite Zerca Sauce, eto, kung gusto nyong timplahan yung mga barbecues nyo, put in a rub na sinasabi. Yan. Order kayo, Zerca Sauce, facebook.com/Zerca Sauce, and you can visit their Shopee page at shopee.ph/Zerca_sauce. Eh, syempre, kung manonood kayo ng Smoke Bay ni Carlos, definitely kailangan nyo ng Zerka sauce. So, kay Carlos naman, you can watch cooking shows kung paano magluto ng mga baby back ribs and your steak. Siyempre, order kayo kay Zerka pagkatapos niyan. And Sir Paco Manalo of Paco M. Photography. So, yan yung kinikwento ko kanina na solid, solid kumuha yan. And sa Music
Wow.
Army, Russell De La Cruz, they want you, www.musicarmy.com. Please visit their page. And if you want to go ahead and book your um, students or maging estudyante ng musika or maging inspirasyon din sa iba. And of course, follow Sky Church on social media, facebook.com/skychurch.ph or skychurchph rather. Yan. Tapos yan, si Sir, i-book nyo. Je Gonzales through Facebook. All events, meetings, kung ano man. Kung meron
Yeah,
kayong
thank you very much.
Yan, yan, si Sir Je will take care of everything. Kung meron mang magme-message sa'kin, ide-direct ko kayo kay Sir Je, ako bahala sa inyo.
Yan.
Yan. So ang dami, ang haba we're supposed to play a couple of music from Rockefeller. Thank you pala sa mga musikerong Pinoy who sent out their samples to us. I'm encouraging all indie artists across Philippines, or if you're international, send your samples to me, and I'll be playing it here in Music Hearing Unit during my solo episodes. Syempre, pero meron akong mga co-hosts who are gonna go ahead and scrutinize and give feedback for your music, not negatively, but we will let you know how you sound like, sino yung katunog nyo, at anong tunog nyo. And thank you, Mr. Paulo Kyoge, who is a music, ano tawag dito? Ano siya eh? Um, Hindi naman siya label eh, but gatherer siya ng mga ganito, who's helping me gather indie artists, who are gonna be playing their songs here and compile it. The idea is we're gonna go ahead and compile all your music, and we're gonna put it on one CD or one compilation album. We're gonna play it through Spotify. Of course, royalty charges na lang ang pag-uusapan natin dito. Kung kunwari, meron kang, ako personally, I have my own album, I want to release one of my EP, then sama natin, let's play it through Spotify. Yun. So, haba ng kwentuhan natin, Sir Jeff. Parang magtagal natin
Actually
magkakilala.
ano, eh, oo nga, eh, I'm really amazed. That's how music works in our lives. Para tayong ano, eh,
Oo.
alam mo yun, para bang tagal na kitang kilala. We're in
Oo.
fact, ngayon lang tayo
Ganun,
nagkakilala, a minute ago.
oo. Ganun
An
sa ano,
hour ago.
sa music. Ganun sa music. Like, I built a lot of friendship through music, like the whole time of my music career. Hindi naman ako sikat, hindi naman ako ano, but most of my career in music, wherein I play with bands, I play with people, naka-jam ko lang kinabukasan, halos magkumpare na kami, parang ganyan.
Oo.
That's how music brings balance to magkagalit kayo, then music will tie you up. And
Yeah.
that's how the music community in the Philippines is being worked around, wherein pwede kayo mag-join do sa page, Musikero Pilipino. Just look for it. Ang isa sa mga admin dyan is Dan, Sir Dan ba? Sorry, I forgot. Parang ganun yung pangalan niya, DC, parang ganun. He's the admin of Musikerong Pinoy, the counterpart of Musikero Unip, wherein Unip is more in the podcast channel, and the Musikero Pinoy is more on the saxophone, the brass instruments, yada yada yada. Nandyan yan. Join ka doon, Sir Je. Masaya doon.
Yeah, yeah, sige, sige.
Maraming mga artists na nagse-share ng mga sipra nila. Yun. Dun, yung community na yun, it helped Music Airing Unip to be recognized as one of the podcast channels here in the Philippines, wherein, they help me be introduced to people, kasi, the guestings, ano na lang yan eh, special na lang yung guesting mo eh. Kumbaga, plus na lang
Mm,
na may guesting ka na medyo kilalang artist. Pero,
mm.
we still stay the same. We invite kahit nga kanina tatawa ako sa'yo, "Sir, regular na tao lang." Sabi ko, "No, there's no regular person in the music industry." Um, lahat naman 'yan tao, eh, 'di ba? You're
Yeah,
speaking
yeah,
to people,
exactly.
kahit sikat 'yan, kahit si Boy Abunda pa 'yan kumakain din ng bigas 'yan, 'di ba?
Mm.
Kanin pa lang, kasi kung bigas ang kinain niyo, ano yung pato, 'di ba?
Oo.
Ayun. So yun, as far as much as I wanna go ahead and hold you off, Sir Jay, ang sarap kakwentuhan ni Sir Jay.
Thank you very
I will
much.
be
You too,
inviting
you
you
too.
over sa mga future EP natin. Siguro kasi ito, masarap ka ututan dila 'to, eh, kasama ko sa paghihimay ng music. There will be a lot of episodes coming in. Plug ko lang, Thursday, February 24th, that's gonna be at 9 p.m. with Sir Jeso Montejo of Willa Baliw. This is a free podcast recording live. So, yeah, if you guys can join. Tapos andyan si Sir Bjorn Santos of Slapshock in Arcadia. He'll be joining in Music Airing Unit as one of the podcast guests. Tapos si KD Sunchild will return with us dito sa Unip. She'll be one of the scrutinizers of music, or sa mga nakikipag-usap, paghihimay. Kasi one of our episodes, or yung mga takbo ng episodes natin dito, Sir JS,
Okay.
we do music history. We
Mm.
do music, kumbaga artist history, international artist history, local history. Pero mas focus kami sa local history of the bands, eh. Wherein, say for
Okay.
example, how Eraserhead started, anong input mo kay Eraserheads, kahit masintonado si Eli Buendia, okey lang para mga gano'n. Kumbaga kuwentuhan siya and, para masaya. Kumbaga everyone's opinion. And there will
Yeah.
be multiple talking heads as well wherein I'll be inviting my 2 co-hosts tapos makikipagkuwentuhan dito sa isang guest. Tapos vice versa, kunwari ikaw, Sir Je, may
Mhm.
imbitahan uli kita, "Oh, Sir Je tara ano tayo, podcast tayo with
Well,
my
no
co-host."
problem. I'm good with
Oo,
that. Okay ako
ayun.
dun, okey ako
May
dun.
dagdag
Walang
tayong
problema.
guys, may dagdag tayong mukha sa UNIP, si Sir Jack ang magiging regular
Yeah,
dito.
guys, if you want to hear something na ano, sabi nga ano tayo, tayo kumbaga sa ano, I'm the other face of ano naman, of the music. Kumbaga,
Yun,
ibang
that's nice.
mukha 'to, ibang ano, ibang karakter naman. So,
Oo, kasi ito
if you want
nakakatawa, eh. Si
hmm,
Paco Manalo na may co-host here is a photographer, a bass player, pero tinigil
okay,
niya yung music kasi dinrap niya yung music, 'di na siya tumutugtog. Tapos nag-focus siya sa photography and videography, pero naging kabanda ko siya.
okay,
Tapos yung isang co-host ko, he doesn't play any instruments, just guitar, tapos he sings R&B songs. Pero alam mo yun, counter steer siya dun sa napag-uusapan na, "What do you think about this music?" Parang wala
okay.
yung isang tao na walang kaalam-alam sa history ng music, isasama ko parang, siya yung, ganun ba? Yun pala yun. Akala ko kasi ganito, eh, yun. Siya yung
Mm,
laging may question. So, I need hindi naman kasi porket podcasting, ikaw lang mag-isa, eh. Alam mo yun?
yeah, yeah,
Para
dapat may kasama ka.
to add a little flavor, pero madalas 'to EP ko, ako lang mag-isa, eh. To add another flavor to the podcast channel, you have to have like a counter steer in your discussion, parang para masaya dagdag ko 'to, eto maraming alam sa music 'to, eh, tapos sasamahan ko ng isang walang kaalam-alam sa music, ta's alam lang niya makipagkuwentuhan. Ayun, dun nabu-build yung 'pag yung mga nakikinig parang nakakatawa 'to pakinggan, parang mga gano'n.
Mm,
Ayun. Anyhow, guys, as I mentioned, as far as I wanna go ahead and have this episode be long enough. Unfortunately, it's already 12 in the midnight, and Sir Jay has
yeah,
a
medyo
6-month-old na bata. And
oh.
congratulations.
Thank you
Yes,
very
yes.
much, and yeah, thank you for having me on your podcast, Mr. Adrian. Actually, ano, alam mo, the feeling is ano, alam mo yung feeling ko during our conversation, parang matagal na natin magkakilala, no?
Totoo, totoo.
Nakakatawa, nakakatawa.
Tapos
And
ang dami rin kasi mga regular na tambay na, yeah, meron tayo. Actually, ito,
oh,
nagtataka ko, isa lang siya, oh. Meron kasi 'pag live recording, meron yung pito sila nandiyan ta's comment ng comment kung ano-ano sinasabi. Ta's meron
oh,
yung isa lang, minsan walang viewer pero after the podcast EP 'pag in-upload ko na siya sa Buzzsprout, ang daming downloads. Kumbaga ito yung mga naka-miss nung
ah,
episode. So parang sabi ko, "Okey, okey 'to, Parang tinuloy-tuloy ko na siya nung unang EP kasi yung very, very first EP ko, for Unip, not the old school podcast channel ko. The very first episode of UNIP, si Castiel kagad yung guest ko, yung bassist ng Castiel, which is an Aussie band who had Dan Marsala as their frontman. Dan Marsala
mm,
of Story of the Year. So siya yung unang-una ko naging guest dito. Tapos it blew, parang lahat, shoo, okey na, parang nakilala ka, parang parang okey yung show, parang tungkol sa music. And then a lot of people are messaging me na, "Bro, ang ganda ng content kasi we're talking about local artistry." And that's something that we have to put flavor during the pandemic to know this certain people about what they play, how they play, what they cook, mga gano'n. Parang as deep as anong kinain nila yung pinag-uusapan
mm.
namin.
Actually, this
Yun,
platform is a good this podcast is already a good ano, a good platform for musicians na alam mo yun yung nagsimula dito, and then you are being the tool para sila ay ma-discover. So,
makilala,
yeah,
yes.
kudos
Actually, hindi naman
for your
makilala yung music
podcast.
ko, yun. Yun yung idea technically.
Yeah.
Tapos to give kasi I'm a member of Independent Order of Odd Fellows wherein one of our tawag dito, one of our order for the or the code of order for the fraternity is educate the orphan. So
Mm.
I want to educate people. That's I'm actually advocate ako ng education for kids, eh.
Mm.
Wherein, parang very perfect nga nung timing natin na teacher pala si Sir Je
Yeah.
and playing saxophone. Maybe we can invite him over for one of our parang
Yeah,
call
as long as
session.
you are advocating you're advocating to educate people
Mhm.
with our passion. I'm go
True.
for it. Yeah.
Kasi, yun, ang advocacy ko is to let everyone know that music will help you in the first place. Then secondly, music is a soul. So it has to be educated to all people na
Yeah,
hindi
exactly.
siya
The
ito.
reason why the one also reason na nakita ko dun sa page kanina na you're looking for church musician is that kaya inano ko talaga, sabi ko sana mag-reply to para invite ako. Um One thing I want to give to people is that we should not give boundary to music. Okay, so whether it's a church music or it's an outside it's a I mean sabi nga, secular music,
Oo, oo.
let's not put division into it. Let's not put boundaries into it. Na wag natin silang i-box in
Tama,
i-categorize as to whether a good or bad music. Okay,
tama, tama.
so yeah,
Pero yun,
for
yun
yun.
lang, hindi talaga ako nagdi-discuss ng any political or,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
any
Wag naman, wag. I
um,
really love your podcast actually.
thank
It
you, thank
brings it brings out I mean it brings out the other person in me. I mean the musical person in me.
oo, oo.
Wherein I was able to let out my expression of music. Eh, mga ganun.
Oo.
So, yeah, I like your
Actually, sir,
podcast.
lang, ang dami. Sir, yung mga nag-message po, pasensya na kayo. We started the show without you guys. Sir Jeric Stevenson, na nag-message, si Sir, teka lang, hinahanap ko yung mga pangalan. John Ezekiel Gone, or if I pronounce your name correctly. We'll be having our next episode on Wednesday. If by chance that you guys are available, I can have you as a side guest for the show. Most probably, bigyan ko na ng I'll spill the beans for the next episode. Papatugtugin natin yung mga nag-send ng sample ng mga EP nila dito sa Unip. One will be, sir, of course, our regular music from Dan Saliendra of the Jupiter song by Dan Saliendra. Amin by Rockefeller, Walang Gamot by Choice of Moro Beats, and a couple from Castiel, the unreleased albums or unreleased song of Castiel by Sir Leonard Kataytay. So yun, kung meron pang mga gusto pang mag-send dito ng mga samples nila, please, if if you might want to go ahead and send it over, please send it over para at least ma-play natin. Yun. Actually, ang ganda na 'tong episode na 'to. This is one of the episodes that I really enjoyed the most.
Think.
Kasi
Yeah, enjoy din ako.
sobrang spontaneous ang kwentuhan. It's really something that you wanna go ahead and listen to a podcast to. Meron nga si Joe Rogan show, 'di ba, yung 3 kalahating
Yeah.
oras sila nagkukuwentuhan. Yung tao nakikinig, eh, parang sabi ko, "Uy, okey 'to." Even me, I listen to Joe Rogan show, and parang sabi ko, napa-stay niya ako ng 3 oras because the interest of the discussion is there. I mean,
Yes,
really engaging.
exactly.
So meron pa tayong taga Switzerland, shout out again my brother Cream Pie Lars. I thought that you were
Yes.
teasing us, but I'm sorry to harass you earlier. And if you still do that again, fuck you, man. If you don't want to listen, just fuck off. I know it's a prank, but we don't eat dogs. All right, we don't eat dogs. Yeah. Okay. So, kala siguro niya Chekwa tayo. We're not
Oo
all
nga.
Asians. But yeah, I'm a Chinese descent, but I don't eat dogs. Sorry. The COVID is not coming from our family. So yeah. Ayun, so sorry if it took really really long for us to close out the episode. And Sir Je, thank you for
Yes.
future podcasting. Baka makita niyo si Sir Je dito.
Yes, also
Abangan
thank
niyo.
you very much Sir Adrian ano. So guys, please do subscribe to Musikerong Yonip and share natin para sabi nga tayo mga musikero we have an avenue to
Oh,
express our
even
musical
non-musicians,
interests.
you can go
Yes,
in
even
and
non-musicals. Yes.
for things that
Even
is being.
non-musicians, you can join here, guys.
Kasi ano yan eh, we
It's
talk
an
about
open
this.
community.
Yeah, true. Ayun. So again, guys,
Yun.
thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much, listeners of Music Airing Unip. And again, your host Adrian and Sir Je
Thank you very
Gonzales.
much. Thank you very
All
much, Sir
right.
Adrian.